Live here. What is up, everybody? Happy to be here. Kingdom Cast, Tell the Truth, Redshirt Podcast, the Chiefs 2024-2025 schedule release show. It has been a day of leaks to start out as we got a few of the games throughout the day and obviously a little bit yesterday. We do know some things confirmed for sure. We do have an idea of what the entire schedule is going to look like. And we'll be walking through that, over the next hour or so, asking a little bit of questions. Of course, we got Chuck of Kingdom Cast. We got DG, CJ, and myself to tell the truth, and of course we got Trey at the bottom of Redshirt Podcast. Happy to have all you guys in here to go through these schedule release. Guys, how are you guys feeling today, man?
Feeling great, man. The NFL was kind of thirsty, man. Like, could we got a little bit of suspense? Like, over half of
Not
the schedule got leaked before we even
not
did
at
the
all.
show.
Not at all.
It's like, man. But I'm excited, bro. Like, we made NFL history today. We the first team in NFL history to have 5 primetime games within the first 8 weeks of the NFL season. And on top of that, we playing on both holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So, the NFL was like, look, y'all tried to make history in the Super Bowl. The result, it didn't work out. But y'all still the main character in the show. Y'all still give us the best ratings. You still got your main core. You still got your head coach. So we still gonna put y'all on TV a lot, man. So let's make something shake again this year.
Yeah.
DG, CJ?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's obviously we're the team to watch, man. It's been well deserved up until this point. Um I don't see why people would be surprised or anything like that. I've seen a little bit of the outrage from some Chiefs fans about playing on Christmas and Thanksgiving or whatever. This is what you asked for. Like this is what you asked for. You asked to be one of the best teams in the league. You asked to be at the top of the chain. This is what happens. Like you're the team now. You're that it team. Just get used to it. You have the face of the league on your team now, and it just is what it is, man. Like you can't. I don't understand why people would really be upset with it. I understand that Raiders game on Christmas has a lot of people living in PTSD up to this point or whatever. But that game was 2 years ago. You still won the Super Bowl that year. You came back this year and won on Christmas in Pittsburgh. I don't understand why people are still upset about this. It just is what it is. You're playing on the holidays. You're the it team. Get used to it, Chiefs Kingdom.
No, top dog always gonna be top dog. Win or lose, we always the main attraction. Everybody know what time it is with us. You start off the season in Brazil. Week 2, we get right to it. We get the rematch versus the Eagles at the crib on Monday Night Football. We get that get back from the game 2 years ago when we played them at home as well on a recent Monday Night Football game as well. So that's a rematch for that is also. And like Chuck said, you playing on Christmas and Thanksgiving. First time that's been done in team history as well. So everything like we always top in the league for primetime games. It's been that way for the last 5-6 years. So this is the standard in the NFL. We just topped off for a reason, no matter if we win or lose. You got Pat Mahomes, you got Andy Reid, Travis Kelsey's last ride. It is what it is. So everything that's happening is supposed to be expected. We always average out or at the top of the league as far as primetime games. So everything that happened on the schedule is what it's supposed to be. So anybody that's complaining, DG, tell them they just whining like an old lady just to whine because it's been that way for the
Yeah,
last 6 years. It's nothing new.
yeah.
Everybody that's on our
Right.
schedule, we've either played before multiple times or we play them damn near every year. Outside of the teams that you rotate through every 4 years, so our schedule is our schedule. It is what it is. So I love our home schedule the most. I'm sure we'll get into the details of it, but overall, nothing that happened today was outside of the realm of possibilities or expectations for us. We knew we were going to play on Christmas again after we were the first one to do that. We knew we were going to play eventually on Thanksgiving because we're the main attraction outside of the Cowboys. So it just made too much sense not for us to have both of those games. So everything that's leaked, and we're probably going to find out tonight, is as to be expected for us for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Trey, you want to give your thoughts as far as obviously the holiday specific aspect of the Chiefs' current schedule. Now, Trey might be on the move, so we'll we'll let him go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm about to say, get
I
situated first, Trey.
yeah, get situated, my brother. No, I do think it's a little bit funny, obviously, and we'll give our thoughts. Oh yeah, he's yeah, Trey, oh, yeah, his
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't
connection's
hear
yeah,
good.
you, Trey.
yeah,
We
Trey. You
can't
can't
hear
hear
you, Trey.
me.
Your
You
connection's
could,
bad.
bro. Just come back when you get situated, fam.
Yeah.
Get to the crib.
Yeah.
um, but no, I'm excited to see exactly when some of these games are, especially from the time. But it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise that we're going to end up having all of these primetime games because we are the biggest attraction as far as the National Football League is concerned. And it's not, because we have a fan base all over the place or anything of that nature. It's because we're the most consistently good team. That's what it comes down to. And obviously, Patrick Mahomes draws all the eyeballs that he does, and ultimately, that's the standard that we've set here in Kansas City. And it's awesome that we're living in this moment in which the NFL wants us on all of these games because we draw the most eyeballs for all of these games too. Country,
Country, what's good,
Country,
OG?
what up,
what's up,
boy?
country?
What up,
What up?
country?
What up? What up? What up? What up? Sure, man. I had to get my mind straight. You know what I'm saying? It's been a rough morning, but I have no idea what the schedule is. So I'm completely running blind on this. So I have
So
not been
you
I've been on
actually get it
social media
revealed to
like in
you.
and out,
You're
but
gonna get a real
yeah,
review.
You get the real
I'm
reveal.
yeah, no doubt, man. Hey, I appreciate all of y'all, man, for real. I appreciate all of y'all, bro, because I needed it today. So
Appreciate it.
let's go. Where we at?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thoughts to you and your family, of course. We will keep you in your prayers. But certainly, as we start off the schedule, the Chiefs actually just confirmed it themselves as far as the Chiefs will be starting off in Brazil, Sao Paulo specifically, on Friday night after the Thursday night opener to the NFL season against the Los Angeles Chargers. And obviously, that will come with a lot of fanfare. There was some discussion last year as far as what the field was as far as the Eagles and Packers game that opened up that is concerned. So, how do you guys feel like starting off the year against John Harbaugh and Justin Herbert and this Los Angeles Chargers team that's added Amari and Hampton and Trey Harris to their offensive firepower, and specifically also doing it internationally and everything that comes along with that too?
Man, you know that Chargers game always gonna be tight, no matter what. So it's always gonna be close. It's always gonna be 24, 21, 27, 24, something like that. So I expect the same thing. Just not a shootout. We don't do shootouts with them, but it's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be. Thank God for Harrison Bucker. We will be looking at that field. Please don't throw no concerts that week to mess up the field. Now we tried to do this with Mexico, and then didn't it get moved, or did we actually do it in Mexico
No,
with the Chargers?
we played so a while back, 2019. I think we played the Chargers in Mexico.
Yeah.
2018 we were supposed to play the Rams in Mexico,
Yeah.
and it
That's
got
what I'm
moved
talking about.
because of the Shakira concert that was there or whatever. There was talks last year that Packers and Eagles, when they went to Brazil, the field did have some difficulties or whatever, but to a certain extent, they were still able to get out there and play. Jordan Love did get hurt during that game. I
Don't do
don't know
that.
if
Don't
that
do
was
that. Don't
it
do
did
that,
get it
DG.
of the field, but yeah, it's always a challenge when you going international to play in these types of games because these are not your typical football fields or whatever. You're playing more on soccer and different kind of turfs or whatever of that sense. So, but I'm excited for it, man. It's a great opportunity to showcase our team to the South American region of this world or whatever, and gain some new fans down there. I'm assuming that there are quite a few Charger fans down there as while this game is being played in that area. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I think this is a great opportunity for the Chiefs. We obviously are becoming an international ambassador for the league as well. A lot of people want to see Mahomes
What?
in prime time in these international markets. So it's exciting, bro. And I'm glad it'll actually be in a time period where we won't have to be up early or up late or anything like that to watch this game. So yeah, it's exciting, man.
Yeah.
America's team, baby.
Oh man, I really don't want that label, but it's whatever.
Hey,
We gotta
we
call it
didn't want
something
it
else.
either. We earned it. We earned it, dog.
We
Yeah,
gotta call it something else, man. That's just
I
my
don't.
opinion.
I'm good with being the Chiefs. I don't need to be the. Yeah, it's all good, Trey. I'm good with being Chiefs. I don't need to be the America's team. So the Chiefs, though, you can call them the international team, as they will take the field in Brazil. They'll be the first team in NFL history to play a regular season game in 4 different countries outside of the U.S. And Kansas City will be the first team to play a regular season game in 3 countries outside of North America as well. That was tweeted out by KC Chiefs Matt. We obviously have on the screen the Chiefs video that they put out as they announced they will be playing the Chargers in Sao Paulo coming up here. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this game. Obviously, I think these are 2 teams that are looking to make a mark. Obviously, 2 playoff teams from last year, as we saw the Chargers struggle against the Texans in that opening round matchup. Like Country said, it's always going to be really close, and we're going to have to see how it ends up coming out in the end too. So that's I'll also put this on the screen because this was funny. CJ, Chuck, did you guys have anything specifically as far as that this game was concerned?
Hey, all I know is that there's some things to see out there down in Brazil. So what I heard, nah. On a serious
It-
note,
there's-
The right thing.
I mean,
On
there
a-
is plenty to see.
Focus on football.
This is a
Nah.
business trip, Chuck. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
Not on duty. Not on duty.
On a
Oh,
serious,
that's a long trip, bro.
yeah, it
Yes.
definitely is. On a
How
serious
many
note,
sto-
yeah, I just hope the field is a little better this time because everybody's talked about it, like Packers and Eagles. Everybody was slipping and sliding all over the place, like they was playing on like an oil spill or something. But Brazil, I mean, you got like soccer down there, so it's mainly like a service more so for soccer. So I mean, they should have plenty of time to at least make adjustments based on that. But the Chargers, man, like it's always gonna be a battle. It's always gonna be a close game. Is the only thing is like it ain't the first time we don't play them on a neutral site before. Like DG mentioned, we played them in Mexico before. So, and even that game was a close game. It came out to the wire. So, I think I expect the same thing here. Like the Chargers, everybody named Mama, they pick them every year to take us out the crown in the AFC West and all the other nonsense. But you know what the end result be. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about the soccer field, obviously, and changing that over. It's for lighter, kind of quicker athletes from that standpoint than what you see as a football field, and how that type of football field needs to be prepared accordingly. So, hopefully, it's a better time this year. And Jordan Love did get hurt, but that he kind of just got rolled up on. It wasn't like it was a field specific thing, at
Right.
least. So cross your fingers as far as that is concerned as well. So we do have other confirmed games as far as the schedule is concerned. Number 2 confirmed game, the Super Bowl rematch, Eagles at Chiefs the week after.
Get back a mother sucker.
So I the thing about this
Let's get
is
it out the way, baby.
Revenge season.
I don't love the fact that you immediately have to go on the road, or I shouldn't say go on the road, but the fact that you're coming back from Brazil and then have to come back home and face the Eagles after the Eagles opened up at home, and they'll technically have a rest advantage given they're opening it up on Thursday. I don't necessarily love that situation. However, that is going to be the way in which the Chiefs are going to have this rematch. To be 425, I believe, on Fox, because I think they wanted to protect this game specifically for understandable reasons. And obviously, this will not necessarily be able to provide you a level of revenge, I guess. But it is the Super Bowl rematch. How are you guys feeling about number 2 game, week 2 going up against the Eagles?
How much time between the Friday night game and how many days is it? 8?
Yeah.
9, technically, I believe.
Yeah.
About
Friday
9?
night, but
Okay.
Come back to
9, yeah.
So probably what, 7 days maybe, because it's gonna take you a day to get over that Brazil trip, right?
Yeah,
Jet
I'm
lag and all
assuming.
that.
jet lag and
So
everything.
about a week. That's kind of fair. I'm trying to feel like it's kind of fair. It's not necessarily totally fair, but because they probably getting like 10 days of rest and we getting like 8.
Yeah, they're getting 10. Yeah, just based on that. But I think that obviously, given the fact that they'll obviously have the week off beforehand and it's the start of the season, shouldn't be that big of an issue. I just didn't. I wish it wasn't necessarily this game that was going to be the next one up. And also, I should have mentioned that first game, that Chargers Chiefs game, will be free on YouTube. To be clear, and it's no subscription or anything that was announced
dope.
too.
Yeah, that was fire.
Who's going to be the commentary team for that?
That's
This is
still
gonna
got
be
to be
the
determined. I think it's
Still,
still determined right now.
still to be determined. So we'll see when that gets announced who that will be commenting. But it'll be interesting. I don't know. So yes, Eagles Chiefs 4:25 on Fox. Week 2 on Sunday for week 2 there. How are you guys feeling about the Super Bowl rematch being this quickly into the season?
I love it. I look.
me too.
I bring on the best. Give me the best early on. Get them out of the way. Um, I know people are gonna call it a revenge game. I mean, to me, it's ultimately just another game. But there are things on the line. You do want to get that lick back or whatever. Just to go out there and have an actual competitive game against a team that a lot of people uh, talk highly of now. A lot of Eagles fans are still hyped about what happened in the Super Bowl. I don't think that's gonna happen in this game this time around. But I said that about the Super Bowl as well too. Uh, but yeah, man, I'm excited for it. Get it out of the way. I like it that it's the home opener. The crowd at Arrowhead should be lit and ready to go, ready to rock. So yeah, man. Look, I'll say it. Eagles to me got they got a lot on their plate in the first 2 weeks, getting the Cowboys and us in week 1 and week 2. So we'll see how they handle it.
Yeah, both teams coming off a divisional game week 1 into their week 2 Super Bowl rematch. CJ Chuck, I mean, yeah, CJ Chuck or Country. What do you guys think?
Okay, I'll go. All right, I'll go. I'm just gonna dread having to force myself to rewatch that Super Bowl, man. That's the thing I'm gonna be dreading leading up to this week 2 matchup because you already know the deal is with with Super Bowl and all that. But I'll get over it. At the end of the day, man, I do agree with you on the traveling point aspect of this DG. I mean not DG but DMAC. You mentioned how that's like a interesting turnaround coming from another country, heading back home and having to play them right out the gate in your home opener. So, I mean, from that standpoint, it's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles, they still a good team. They look like they reloaded so far this off season. It's not gonna be an easy game. They've been having our number a little bit. Because last time we played at Arrowhead, Monday night, they had our number then. Everybody knows what happened at the end of that game. So I
MVS
mean,
can't catch. That's what it was.
yeah. But at the end of the day, bro, like it's a good opportunity to put things back in the right place. That's what I'll say on that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that to be the home opener.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
excited
So
for it because Jalen Moore gets to prove himself right off the bat.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
we made a good decision or not. Them
definitely.
first, well, yeah, the first 2 weeks because
you
I
got
went. I
Khalil
was about
Mack,
to
I'm
say
sure.
Bosa, but Bosa ain't there no more.
But yeah, Bosa's on the Bills, but I'm sure he'll see
Khalil Mack is
a
still
good
there.
bit of Khalil Mack and Tuli Tulopo. Both
Right.
guys at a solid ages for the Chargers for sure. And that new tackle duo will be put to rest. I'll have some matchup questions to kind of go through as we get further into the schedule, and it also officially drops here in a few minutes. But CJ, anything as far as the Super Bowl rematch is concerned?
I do like it. The reason I like it earlier because it don't give too much to either team to really game plan. You kind of just kind of go off what you saw week 1. And I
Mhm.
like the fact that based off what we usually do during training camp, we always prepare for the first 2 weeks anyway. So I kind of like the fact that we got them early because usually during training camp, you have, like we already know during mini camp, during OTAs, install, basically the time we're in right now, Andy's already game planning for week 1, and it's a Charger. So you don't really have to put too much install in for them because you know them so well and they know you. So it's really kind of go out there and just execute the overall basic plays. He's installing and game planning specifically for Philadelphia because it's a week 2 game. And the fact you have those extra days of rest when you're traveling back. So it's even more of an emphasis when you're in training camp to get some of those nuances, get some of those certain looks that you want to get in camp and get those practice reps now. So when you get to week 2, you already know what your game plan. You kind of have it already pre-made before you even get through week 1. So I kind of like the fact we get it done early because it gives us more of a time to prepare now to get it out the way early instead of playing a week later in the season when you only have really a week to go into the install. So I like it being early because you kind of get it out the way. So.
Yeah, I feel you. Trey, I'm gonna get you on here in a second. I do want to ask you the questions, but before we get the official schedule launch, the last thing I did want to hit on, we do have a schedule, a confirmed Lions at Chiefs game on week 6 that we'll hit on in a bit. We do obviously have 2 confirmed games that were confirmed beforehand: the Chiefs at Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, and the Broncos at Chiefs on Christmas night. The Thanksgiving Day game will be the 4:25 no more Cowboys slot. I was surprised that they decided to go with the Chiefs and Cowboys as far as the NFL, necessarily being able to put that game whenever and getting a massive number. But I will say this. I expect that the Chiefs and Cowboys game this year will be the most watched game in NFL regular season history, point blank, period. And that's because the Cowboys are a ratings juggernaut and we are even more of a ratings juggernaut. And both of those teams, and the Cowboys specifically, are ratings juggernaut on Thanksgiving. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. But quickly for you guys, because I assume we're going to get some type of video drop for the Chiefs announcing their regular schedule. We're going to watch it all together. Just around the room, I'll start with you, Truck. Christmas, Thanksgiving, holidays in general. How do you feel about the Chiefs now being what obviously is going to be a staple on these holidays?
Hey man, we the main character of the show. I mean, that's what comes with it. To me personally, on a personal standpoint, I'm a little disappointed that the Chiefs and Cowboys ended up on Thanksgiving because I was actually looking forward to going down to Dallas this year and seeing that game. But I promised my mom, me and sis will cook for Thanksgiving this year. So I'm at her house with it, be watching it from there. But like you mentioned, D Mac, isn't a record like 44 million views for Thanksgiving game?
For the things, I'm not sure.
Cowboys game.
It's
Yeah, it's 44. They said on the radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should
Yeah,
reach
we
50.
crushing that.
That should be 50 plus million on that day.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, so it was 42.1 million in 2022.
Okay.
When that was Giants and Cowboys, for the record.
Yeah, we
Giants
destroyed
and
that.
Cowboys. Ugh.
Those two big markets, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you
they are.
ain't really thinking
Yeah,
about
New
it.
York and Dallas. But
Divisional game. Yeah. So
DG, how do you?
Thanksgiving's always gonna
Sorry,
be the
man.
biggest watch game.
Yeah, DG, CJ, how you guys feeling about it?
I love it, man. I look, when I was a kid, I used to want to be this team that played on the holidays, played at significant times. Because when I grew up, I mean, the good teams they always played on these days. It's kind of like the Lakers playing on Christmas, or the Knicks playing on Christmas, or um, Cowboys playing on Thanksgiving. It just you're one of those teams, one of those marquee teams now. So to know that we're at that pedigree in our franchise is a great feeling. We earned it, we deserve it at this point, and you just as a fan, you got to enjoy what's going on at this moment right now. It's not going to be here forever. So just enjoy where we're at in our franchise right now. And yeah, I'm just living in the moment for it, man. I can't wait to sit down, especially on Thanksgiving after having a Thanksgiving meal and rooting on my favorite team, man.
Yes, sir. CJ, how you feeling about country? Do you want?
No, for
no,
sure.
because I was just thinking like I don't like watching the game around a whole bunch of people. So what am I gonna do with
I
that?
understand.
What am I?
for real.
What
You
am I
gotta
gonna do with my
you gotta
family?
get off with
I
the
get it
cut,
totally.
brother.
brother, because at least because the Christmas game 2 years ago, I just turned it off at the end of the first quarter. I was like, I'm not doing this today. I'm good. They're not ruining my Christmas. I'm good. I'm not doing it. But that was specifically during the day while we were around everybody, et cetera, et cetera. Last year's Thanksgiving, it was a little bit more in the afternoon and you enjoy it and it was fine. This one's night game, so hopefully you're not around everybody. Thanksgiving obviously will be a little bit different since it is still in the middle of the day there when everybody's theoretically maybe having Thanksgiving dinner. So yeah, that's going to be a part of it, obviously, and hopefully this game goes more so like the both of these games for that matter goes more so like the Steelers Christmas game.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, it's just
Cool.
a little
we
bit
can
of background.
Cool. We
It's
good,
just a little background feedback, but we can hear you, Trey.
All
Quickly,
right.
Trey, give me your thoughts on
Sprite
that.
cans, bro.
Yeah, quick. Sorry, y'all. Look,
It's just
things
Sprite
took
cans.
longer. Things took longer at the church than I wanted to, but whatever.
Get right with you and God. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about
you
it.
feel me? You feel me?
Amen to that, brother.
Amen.
God is great.
To answer the question, I think number one is a great thing, kind of like what's already been touched on. As a lifelong Chiefs fan, you watch other teams play on Christmas. You watch, of course, Dallas. At the time, it was the Redskins, and then now it's the Commanders, and then you got the Bears. And then you always sit over here and you wonder, you're like, oh, is this ever going to be the Chiefs? Well, now we finally get that opportunity of where it is us. where not only are we playing on Thanksgiving, but now we playing on Christmas too. But now it really puts a big differential because I got to reschedule my naps. But it's all good. It's all good though. But I love it though. It's a great time. I love being a Chiefs fan, and this is special.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. We have to reschedule those naps around that 3:30 p.m. Central.
Boy, that was hidden. I was like, look, this is my in between.
Because one of these games normally is bad, but I will say that the slates for these games, it looks like it's going to be really good, and we'll get into some of the slates as a big thing in general as we move forward, as far as that is concerned. So we did get it. I was interested. So it would be a Bengals at Ravens night game because we knew it was Packers Lions to begin up, but boy, Bengals at Ravens is going to be a heck of a night game to cap off your Thanksgiving too. Okay, so the Chiefs have dropped their video. I figure we all can relax and watch it together. For y'all on stage, you guys may need to turn up your stream volume so that you can hear it. I'm just gonna get ahead of it before we start playing it. But yeah, without further ado, let me see if we can get that out of the way and let's play it and see what happens, man.
Let's get it.
Hey, come on in. Where you going?
Arrowhead.
Well, that's fitting because you guys are in the Chiefs cast.
Let's go!
All right, guys, I'm going to ask you questions about the Chiefs' 2025 schedule. If you get 3 answers wrong, you will be punted from this cab. Literally punted. But if you make it all the way to your destination, you're going to win a pair of free tickets to a Chiefs game. All right, yeah. All right, here we go. The Chiefs are bolting to Brazil to open the season against this West Coast rival.
Oh, okay, wait, okay.
Yep, you got it.
It's coming to me. Is it the Chargers?
Yes!
Okay.
Here we go. This team's quarterback once made a cameo on the show Abbott Elementary.
Do you know Abbott Elementary?
Not watched it. Have you guys?
I haven't either.
Okay. You? Nobody
Is that McDuffie?
TV.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is Trevor McDuffie.
Miami. Oh no! That's a strike. All right, here we go. Here's your next question. The little version of this NFL team upset the Crosstown Cowboys in this 1990s movie.
This was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Is that the New York team? Giants?
Is that Mitch?
Got to go with the Giants, Little Giants.
Yes, Little Giants. That's correct.
I'm fired.
This team's head coach won Super Bowl 47 against his younger brother.
You made a fake Instagram account for this person when you were like 12, and he plays for this team.
The Ravens?
The Ravens.
Yes.
Hey, go ahead. Yes!
I pretended to be Ray Lewis on Instagram when I was 12, and I got 10,000 followers.
All right, here we go. If you catch this team talking in a British accent, it might be because it's played in London 13 times since 2013.
I thought football was only in America.
Jaguars. Jaguar. Jaguar.
This team's coach once famously threatened to eat people's kneecaps.
He's the one who looks like a caveman.
Trent.
You just talked
about it. Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's our answer. Detroit.
The Detroit Lions.
Look at Mitch trying to act like he don't know all of these answers.
Former KC Royals legend Bo Jackson also played for this NFL team.
Ooh, we love to beat them. There's certain people it just feels a little sweeter.
For our rival team?
Yo, we love to beat them rivals. Raiders. Lock it in? Raiders.
Yes!
I'm nervous.
All right, here's your video question from Coach Andy Reid.
Chiefs legends Trent Green and Alex Smith played for this East Coast NFL team.
Well, I know it.
How do you know?
I'm looking for you guys to know it.
Washington Commanders. Is that correct?
Yes, it is! This team's fan base sacrificed itself to the pit for good luck during the construction of its new stadium.
Okay, are you ready for sports gossip?
Hit me, sister.
Okay, so Haley Steinfeld just got engaged to the quarterback for this team.
Is it the Bills?
Yes, it
It's
is!
the Bills! There we go.
Michael B. Jordan.
What was that
I
game?
only know the wax.
Hey, yo, bro. I don't
This
even.
team isn't horsing around with Uncrustables, eating a league-leading 700 per week.
I have no idea.
Horsing around.
There was a horse reference for sure.
Colts.
Colts?
You play the Colts again? Oh,
Never
I was about to
Broncos.
say.
Final answer.
Yes, that is correct.
We do play the Colts.
I mean, we do play the Colts though.
This team plays in the same
Oh.
city as WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark.
Well, there's the answer right there.
Oh yeah,
Great
yeah.
basketball player.
What's it going to
She
be,
played
guys?
for the Indiana Fever.
We'll go LA.
Rams?
You said the Rams.
Oh no!
It's a strike.
Fired.
Did you say Rams?
One more of those and you're
Mitch
out.
is disgusting.
This team's stadium is commonly referred to as Jerry World.
America's team.
Oh ja. Sind das vielleicht die Dallas Cowboys?
Das ist richtig.
Oh, danke schön.
All right, we're stuck in a red
That
light,
means
and that
thank you.
triggers a cheerleader challenge.
Here we go.
Beyonce shares a hometown with this NFL team.
Oh yeah, Houston, Texas. Houston, Texans.
Yes! All right, here's your final question. This team's mascot is a furry raccoon named T-Rack.
Where do raccoons live? Do we know?
Everywhere.
5 seconds.
Tennessee Titans. T-Rack.
Wait, talking about that's their mascot?
Do I need an answer, guys?
Tennessee Titans.
Titans.
The Tennessee Titans?
Yes! Titans is correct.
Way to go.
And you guys just won 2 tickets to come see the Chiefs play this season. Congratulations.
No way! No way!
Great game, you guys. That was awesome. See you later, guys. Say hi to Patrick Mahomes for me.
That was creative. That was way better than last year.
Yeah, way better.
Absolutely better than last year.
I enjoyed
Shout out
that.
to Robbie and the guys out there, man. It's way better than last
It
year.
was way better than last year. This one-
But rewind that
I-
back real
I
quick,
expected more.
D-Mac. Rewind
Yes.
back the end a little bit, man.
Which one do you want to go to?
The end where they show the schedule.
Okay.
Yep.
So there we go.
So yeah, we got.
Well, we can. I'll put the full schedule on the list because I have it. On
Okay, all right, cool.
We had this. We did have this leaked a little earlier today, but I'll go and put it up there. I agree, definitely more creative than it was last year. The Trent McDuffie was funny. Not answering a thing in the back there.
Yeah, right.
Man, nah, Mitch Holtz is acting like he didn't know the entire schedule front to back was
right.
Yeah,
That
Mitch
was
tried his
hilarious.
hardest not to get involved.
That would have been
Mitch tried
better.
his hardest not to get
They should have
involved.
had Mitch driving the car would have been way better.
Yeah, I agree with that, CJ.
Mitch should
That
have
would have
been
been
that.
funny
That would
as
have been
well.
way better.
Yeah, that would have been fine.
Mitch would have wrecked, man. He'd have got too
Hey,
hyped.
don't do my dog Mitch like that. Dang.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mitch is a good driver.
Mitch be getting hyped, bro. Mitch be
Mitch is
getting
a
hyped.
good driver. Mitch is a good driver, y'all.
I'm just mad that
Mitch is
I'm just
an
mad
athlete,
that
bro. That's crazy.
I'm just mad I wasn't cool enough to get picked for the Chiefs cab. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that
That
would
would
have
have been cool.
Bro, I
been
ain't
dope.
I ain't seen that dude in so long because I used to watch Cash Cab back when I had cable. But nah, it's kind of cool him going full circle.
Man, you know what's funny? My dryer broke just a couple of days ago, so I had to go to the laundromat. And that show was playing the whole time. I'm like, what show is this? I've never seen it before.
Cash Cab.
I was today years old, bro.
I don't know. I don't know what that show is, but we do have some awesome news. I'm sorry. We also have some news from Pete Sweeney that the Chiefs open as 2.5-point favorites over the Chargers in Brazil as well. So
that's about right.
I will say the Cowboys are the first team to ever play 4 different Thursday games in a single season, as they will be the opener at Philly, play us on Thanksgiving, have a Thursday night game the week after at Detroit, and then Week 17, they're playing Washington on Christmas. So all that being said, I just wanted to point the full schedule on the screen and kind of ask you guys a few questions as we look at it. But I'll just ask you guys real quick. First takeaway is just looking at the full schedule as you just take a look at it. Any thoughts that you want to get out immediately?
Yeah, I see that we got 4 noon games. So,
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Can you zoom in a bit, D-Mac, please?
Yeah, so Pete also just tweeted out that we do have 4 noon games. It does appear that it'll be It does appear that it'll be that week 7 Raiders at Chargers, that week 11 Chiefs at Broncos, week 12 Colts at Chiefs, and then possibly one of those week 16 or week 18 games will also be at 1 p.m. or noon, I should say, as
Yeah,
well. Window.
yeah. The noon games are as follows.
Go ahead.
The Raiders in week 7,
Right.
the Colts in week 12,
Okay.
and then it's back to back noon games against the Chargers and the Titans. Week 15,
Okay.
week
Got it.
16.
Okay. So week 18 will
Yeah,
remain
so
to be determined,
Yep.
and Chiefs at Broncos will be a late game, which makes sense, being in Denver as well. So week 18 could easily end up being a noon game as well. Go ahead, Country.
so our worst games are all noon games.
Yeah.
As it should
Pretty
be. I
much.
expected.
It
I
makes sense.
expected.
As it
It
should
makes
be.
sense.
I expected
As
the
they should
Colts.
be.
I expected the Colts and Titans games to be noon games. I thought they could
Yeah.
even be week 2 noon games personally, just to give us a little break in between that. But they ended up doing a different round from that standpoint. But yeah, no surprise there. And obviously the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders are the Raiders, even with their upgrades too. So I will ask this question just as we kind of look through it. First and foremost, do you have a desire?
Oh,
Trey,
Jeez.
brother.
okay.
Trey, please.
Jesus.
That boy Trey about to kill everybody.
Boy struggling over there. That boy struggling over
Trey
there.
was like,
He got a terrorist situation going on. Huh?
hey, blink if you need help, brother. God dang. Oh, continue.
Do you guys like where the week 10 bye week is as far as middle of the season after the Bills game before we go on the road to Denver?
It's a
I'm all
lot
for
better.
it. As long
A
as we
lot
don't
better.
have that was
Last
my
year.
prayer because like obviously the week schedule is 9 weeks, so that's the bye week. As long as it wasn't before week 9, I'm perfect with it. I don't care where it's at. Just don't put it before week 9. That's all I cared about. Because last year we had a week that was dumb early. So week 10 is about right. It's in the middle of the season. Obviously we go on the road those 2 weeks. I love that week off before you go on that load road trip. Because we got Broncos on the road, then we come back at home for our home game, and then we got to go to the Cowboys, and then we come back home again. So I'm glad it's in the middle of the season. That's all I care about.
Hey, just looking on paper. I'm sorry, Trey, but just looking on paper, that first half of the schedule looks way tougher than the second half.
Yeah.
Just on paper.
Yeah, we'll see
on
what the
paper.
teams look like. Yeah.
On paper, yeah.
Yeah, you got the Texans, you got the Broncos twice, but Cowboys, they're not.
Country not wrong because if you handle your business by the time you get to week 18, that could be a backups week. So technically, the first half should be harder if you handle your business.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
No disrespect to any of your teams, but
no, but it's just like if you do what you're supposed to do, week 18 will be a backup game. So
Pete
that's
Sweeney tweeted it out, so we can take a look at it here. Sorry, go ahead, Trey.
I was just gonna say, like, number one, I love kind of like what CJ said. It's literally smack right dab in the middle. We get to play 9 games, take a break, then we'll come back and play another 9 games. So it's literally like the middle of the season. Number two, I mean, we all kind of knew that we're gonna be playing a multitude of Sunday night and Monday night football games. For me, it's really exciting because of the fact that we're gonna be playing some very talented rookies. We're going to be one of the first teams to play these talented rookies. So, obviously, we're going to be playing Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans in Week 16. We're going to be playing Travis Hunter and the Jacksonville Jaguars in Week 5. So, we're going to be playing some really young, talented guys. And, I mean, I just think that just in general, it's like the construction of it, us playing 2 AFC or NFC, 3 of the 4 NFC East teams in the first half, it kind of just like sets the tone for how important each week is. I mean, of course, the Eagles are a formidable opponent, but being able to play that at home, that's great. And I mean, having the Commanders, which we all knew was going to happen, but we're going to play them on Monday night. It's going to be very exciting to have Jayden Daniels at Arrowhead Stadium. So I love it. I think that it's really going to test who we are as a team and really test where we're at after all the departures.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, the Chiefs will lead the NFL in the amount of primetime games with 7. The Dallas Cowboys are right behind them at 6, and there are about 7 or 8 teams that are tied at 5 as well, including the Philadelphia Eagles and Los Angeles Chargers. I think my immediate takeaway for this team or for this schedule specifically is that I like where the bye is situated. Certainly, the fact that it's in the middle of the season is good. It'd be a nice place, specifically after. If I'm looking at the schedule, and maybe this will end up going a different way, I don't know. in my opinion, would probably be the toughest test on your schedule. Going on the road at the Bills in November after you've had a time, both teams, to make adjustments accordingly. I would not be surprised if that is the toughest game ultimately of the Chiefs season. And being able to reevaluate after that, doing some self scouting, adjusting accordingly, and getting ready for the second half of the season before you go on the road to Denver. I like where the bye is at. I like the fact that, outside of, again, that Chargers Eagles kind of combination and that Commanders Bill combination, all of your good teams are then followed up by bad teams. And I hate to be disrespectful to the Giants or Jaguars or Raiders or Colts or those teams. Texans, Cowboys, Texans, Chargers. It can be anywhere, and obviously the Titans. So it's nice that how the schedule is kind of broken up, and I do agree. It feels like a little bit more testing in the first half of the schedule, which is fine. And then you get yourself ready to go down the stretch accordingly. So I personally like where that landed as well. Any other schedule takeaways?
Trey, you're gonna have to mute your mic, man. It's like the flock of eagles in the background or something.
Flock of eagles.
Trey, just unmute when you're talking.
All right, I'm gonna try and figure it out.
Okay.
But I just think that it's in general, it's kind of like how a normal Chiefs schedule is. It's always going to be top heavy, and it's going to get easier as the time goes on to really get them prepared for January. But I mean, just in general, man, it just really gets us getting ready of a mentality of who we're going to face, where, and where we're going to be at here in January.
Yeah, Trey, catch your breath, brother. Chuck CJ or
catch your breath is crazy.
I'm just my brother. I don't know if I need to get an oxygen mask or something.
He said, "Breathe, brother." God, Lord.
My boy is
I want to make sure my brother's okay, dog.
Overall for the schedule, though, no.
Yeah, go ahead, CJ.
The in depth. I mean, there's really. It's kind of like if you look at the schedule from a detail standpoint, it's kind of a rhythm to it. We kind of have like an elite football team, maybe a mid tier by most team standards or most fan standards. There's really like no real break in the season unless you like by the time we get to the end of the year, then we got like Titans, then we got the Broncos in between and the Raiders. Those games should be two of the easier ones, like Country said on our schedule. So I like the fact we got those two games. Kind of we can use those as because I'm not trying to be rude. By that point, the Titans should know where they're at in the draft for 2026 by then. Obviously, the Raiders will think we'll probably be in the. We'll probably be in the. Just
saying. My man said, "No need to be rude." Then said the rudest thing you can say.
No problem. No problem. You should know where you're at in the draft by then. Same thing with the Raiders. Not saying you're gonna be drafted. You should know where you're at in the draft by then. So those two games can be like tune-up games for us to make sure we can kind of fine-tune things and get ready for the playoffs by that point. But like Country said, the first half of our season is definitely the toughest. I wouldn't want it any other way. That's the way our schedules have been the last, 4 or 5 years, nothing crazy. We always start off with usually a division opponent within the first three, and we start off with a team that's either a contender or a team that's one of the AFC contenders. And we just happen to start off with the Eagles, so a team that just beat us in the Super Bowl. So outside of that, I love our schedule. All the big games are at home. I think all the best teams we play are at home. That is the one thing I do like Country the most. We play the Commanders at the crib. We got Detroit at the crib. We got Baltimore at the crib. We're used to going to Buffalo, so I'm not really worried about that. We got the Eagles at home. All the teams I wanted to play, we get them in Arrowhead. So none of our road games really concern me. Like D-Mac said, we got Buffalo before the bye, so I love that as well. Going on the road, as far as like going to Dallas, that's going to be damn near a home game for us because Patrick Mahomes coming back to Texas. The Chiefs are playing on Christmas. That's going to be that. And I'm actually going to that game as well. I just booked my flights the other day. So that game is going to be full of red. I'm super excited to go there for 4. So
that's the big money, y'all.
Outside of that, bro, the schedule really laid out like I thought it was going to be. We play the Texans, play the Chargers at the crib. We go to Tennessee. Good to get our get back for them because last time we were there, we played like trash. So I want to go back there and get our get back for that one as well. So no, all the big teams I wanted to play, we play them at home. I hate we could go to Jacksonville early. It's going to be hot as shit. That's the only thing I hate about that one.
October is going to be on the warm side, but at least it's not September.
It's going to be at nighttime too.
That's a really good point. The fact that it's going to be nighttime is going to be a good help. But definitely, because we do them September Florida games,
them dumb hot ones. You feel me?
Crazy.
It's just going to be.
It's just bet, like knock on wood. We need all good juju that week.
Hey,
last time we went down.
All right.
You feel me?
Hold on, Country, real quick before you say. I will say, and I'm going to ask you guys this question as well before Country has his thing. All right, I'm saying after I'll ask you, but I do think that Jaguars game is a very sneaky, interesting game with Trevor and obviously Travis Hunter. That'll be the first time that the Chiefs will get a look at Travis Hunter from that standpoint. Go ahead, Country.
I was gonna say, from the outside, the fan bases, the other or our rivals and whatnot. What's gonna be the excuses for this schedule? Because you know it's coming. They played this team and they suck and their bye was late and they got
you
this
talking about
break
like
on the
excuse for
day.
us?
Yeah,
I
well,
can't.
when
they'll probably
the
say we got all of our free
detractors.
games at the crib. That'd probably be the biggest one. Like
I
all the
don't.
hard
I
teams that
don't.
they have us losing to are at home. So
I don't.
we
I
know
don't have an unnatural allegiance to losers, so I can't tell you about their mentality.
this
Yeah, I
is
personally don't care.
they're gonna talk about how
Great
we play all the
answer.
good teams at home.
That's
So
a
let's just leave
great
it at that.
answer, T.
So
Here's my thing with the Jaguars. Some people feel different about the Jaguars. Some people think Trevor Lawrence gonna figure it out this year. I'm just like, okay, we'll see.
we'll see.
We'll see.
See if it certainly happens.
What would give you that?
So
I
Chuck
like
not lying.
Trevor. It's,
New
I like
new
Trevor
coach,
too, but
new coach. He offensive minded.
Yeah, it's going to be
So
very interesting with how Liam Cohen decides to obviously use Travis Hunter, and we know Brian Thomas Jr. is a difference making wide receiver because
And a lot of people are high on Travis for a reason, man. So
I would like to say
hey,
if Liam Cohen can fix Baker Country, they think he can fix Trevor. That's what the fans are saying. So
Yep.
Chuck not wrong.
I
People
get the
definitely
questions
vouch
about.
for Trevor.
I get questions about Trevor. I got a lot of questions about Justin Herbert going into this season because last time we seen him, he did not look good.
He is 0 for 2 in playoff games, and he has played badly in both of them. So those will certainly be questions that we're going to have to ask you.
Mr.
He's
Top 5
played
quarterback, they
horrible in
said.
both.
Four picks was crazy.
Mr. Top 5 quarterback, they said.
The end of the season with 4 picks is nasty. That's disgusting.
Trey, go ahead. Trey, go ahead. What you have to say?
I was just gonna say to answer the question of what's the excuse. Bengal fans gonna say we run in front of them. Of course. You gonna have certain fans whenever an injury go down or somebody isn't playing. Oh my God, they're working their devil magic. Cool, great. I've already heard that before. I mean, I'm just ready for anything. They gonna really sit over and say they really gave them light work. No, we didn't. We didn't. They gonna look at the total of the season.
All the contenders on both sides of the league we play. We literally play everybody.
But we're running from the Bengals though, y'all. Apparently, we're gonna be
a team that no defense.
Man, dog, I'm so over it. I'm over the Bungles, man.
Until they make the playoff, don't talk to me.
The Bengals currently have an edge rusher that wants to get paid, and they don't want to pay him. So that's a totally different conversation.
Oh wait, I don't know if y'all saw the other thing. They refused to pay the rookie too. My bad.
Yeah,
I saw that too.
They're just weird. They're just weird about contracts in general.
You can't make the playoffs. Why are you talking about it?
So I did want to ask you guys that question. Like, obviously, I did rename the Jaguars and talking about that. As far as maybe the matchups that won't get headlines for you guys, which one of these games kind of stands out to you looking down at the schedule?
You talking about a game that won't get headlines?
Yeah, maybe, or just isn't getting talked about. You
the
know,
Colts because they beat us last time.
I'll say we got to be able to. We gotta be able to get our lick back against the Colts too, man.
That's the one for me. You gotta beat them, bro.
Because from a historical standpoint, the Colts be giving us issues, dog.
They do.
I hate playing the Colts.
It's annoying. It's really annoying.
That's why we gonna win this year. I'm done with that irrelevant.
The Colts are still currently on a 2-game winning streak versus us. We did, of course, beat them in
the playoffs,
the first round of the playoffs, and
Andrew Luck retired after that.
We did send Andrew Luck to retirement, but yes, they are in a winning streak versus us. So hopefully this time this will be in Arrowhead. We can get that done, and hopefully we won't be wearing red on red for that game, of course.
Please, God. Please, God.
I think a team that's not going to be headlined, but they always seem to give us fits, no matter how charged they are, is going to be the Cleveland Browns.
We don't play the Browns.
We play the Browns.
We don't play the Browns, brother.
Oh my gosh, guys!
This is not 2024, Trey. Wake up.
I'm sorry. All right, then if that's the case, let me relook because I'm sorry, y'all. I was covering the word.
That's why Chuck called you a YN.
Hey, that's funny. When we play the Giants, who gonna be the starting quarterback?
I think because of how it's going to be Russell Wilson because of how early it is in the season. Yeah.
Now, by the end of the year,
I look like I'm black,
but it'll be Russell to start.
Anytime interception against the
Yeah, Country, your camera's a little going in and out, but we can still hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
To answer to also the question is the Titans because I think Cam Ward, if he's really going to get into a group early, he could definitely cause some fits with us. As much
Not
as
if their mascot is a raccoon, bro. I'm cool.
Hey yo,
I'm still tripping about that. I was like,
That
that's his
raccoon threw me
mascot?
for a loop. I did not know that their mascot was a raccoon, bro.
I am still tripping about that.
that is kind of funny.
That's crazy.
I hella thought it was just like a Titan, like with a
Because what
shield or
does a
something. I didn't
raccoon
know.
have to do with a Titan?
Yeah, when
at
because
all?
they just changed that. I swore it wasn't like that. Some music. When did they do that?
Right.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
definitely would have missed that.
That's the reason. I'm
I would
like,
have
I ain't
missed
never
that
seen a
question
raccoon on
in
the
the
sideline at big
Chiefs
game. That's
cast.
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I never knew that was a thing. Go ahead, country.
I think Houston is going to be a good game. We're starting to play Houston every year now. I think, man, since Deshaun Watson was there, we're starting to play them a lot this year.
I mean, we
The
were playing
Washington
Buffalo often
game.
too.
Yeah, we play Buffalo every year. Oh, my bad for all the people that, like Cincinnati Bengals fans. This is what a first place schedule looks like. A lot of y'all don't play first place schedules. This is what it looks like.
Because they always start off 0-2, country.
More like
They don't win their
1-4,
division.
1-4, 0-5,
Yeah.
2-3.
Well, you
in the spirit of rough patches for teams, where do you guys think is kind of maybe a trouble spot or a string of games that you're looking at of saying that that's going to put this team to the test? Like I said earlier, I mean the Chargers Philly combination is something that I'm watching for, and then obviously Washington Buffalo is another one too.
Nah,
And
that
Dallas
Baltimore,
game,
Jacksonville, Detroit that's a
Washington
crazy
Buffalo
stretch
part
right there.
tough. That's tough.
Yeah, it definitely
Watching
look
Buffalo
crazy. That
back
is,
week is gonna be tough.
yeah, that definitely can be
Playing
difficult for
Jayden Daniels
sure.
and Josh Allen. That's a tough.
Nah, Mac ain't. I mean, CJ is right, bro. Every game is a hard game, easy, hard, easy.
It flows. Yeah, elite team, mid tier team, elite team, mid tier team. Kind of goes back and forth.
So you just don't have to get caught up in the we're
the
playing
Washington Buffalo
this
is really
game.
only one where it's like
Washington Buffalo is pretty hard too.
That's tough.
I think that is like for me is like a team a stretch you don't sleep on is because we know that Dallas at times can be a regular season team. I'm not gonna sleep on week 13, 14, and 15. I know how much we feel about the Cowboys. I'm still gonna be leery about it because it's gonna be Thanksgiving and all that cool whatever. And then we got Houston right after. We're coming back home to play them at the crib, and then we're gonna play the Chargers. So the Chargers they always gonna play us tough. So I mean, those three teams, if we're a little lackadaisical, we could be behind. So
I still see 13 to 14 wins.
That's the same thing every year.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Standard is the standard, man.
We'll play the game a little bit here just to end off as well. So I did want to ask you guys, in addition, as we are the first team in NFL history to have 5 primetime games within their first 8 weeks. Obviously, this is more of a roster question. What are some things as we get out of the gate that are maybe concerning you guys? As obviously we haven't gone through training camp, anything as far as that's concerned, but just looking at the roster and coming in here, facing the Chargers, Philly, and obviously the Giants to start out. Obviously, there's one screaming one to me as far as the offensive line is concerned with the departure of Joe Thuney, with the left side of that offensive line with Kingsley Suamataia, where Josh Emmons' health is going to be at, which is a complete wild card, but obviously the assumed starter with Jaylen Moore. So obviously offensive line is the obvious thing, but anything else you guys want to point out as some trouble spots, especially given who we're starting out the season with?
I want to see how the three amigos look. Hollywood, Rasheed, and Worthy.
Just get them healthy.
I want to see how that look.
I ain't never
Hey,
please
stay healthy.
Wear your pads, Hollywood. Wear your pads.
145, throw 11 in there just
Yeah, we can talk about it now. We can talk about it now. Please wear your pads, Hollywood.
Get Fahrenheit 451 healthy into the season. Chuck, what were you gonna say before they jumped in with the wide receiver stuff?
But that's a good one. That's a good one to start out though, Country, as far as like the wide receivers. But another one I want to point out is the linebacker room. Like, how is Jeffrey Bassett going to progress throughout the course of the year? As far as like his role on the defense, because if he improves and gets on schedule throughout the course of the year, he's going to be asked to like, try to cover tight ends and passing down situations, or may have to come on a blitz, you know what I'm saying? But that's like stuff for like probably later on in the season with him. They'll probably use him more later on in the season for those type of situations. So
If you
linebacker
wanted a
room is
tight
good.
end, that Baltimore game, he needs to be in rotation by that Baltimore game because they definitely gonna use a tight ends.
Who?
That is a great point.
Well,
Um,
that's if Mark Andrews makes it to the season. But no, I expect that Mark Andrews
That
and Isaiah Likely will be there, of course.
my biggest.
Um, but I would not expect to see Jeffrey on the field much, to be honest with you guys, because I think this is going to be what we expect the linebacker core to start out the season. Hopefully, obviously, that both these guys
Oh,
stay
Jeff.
healthy,
Oh, okay.
specifically, and Nick and
Yeah, that's
Drew.
too
Go
early
ahead.
for Jeff to be playing big
Yeah,
boys.
Yeah, that's
The
why I
I want
biggest,
to
said.
see
That's why I
that
said for later
secondary
on in the
too.
year. That's
you
why I
said
said for later on in the
later
season.
on in the year.
the
Yep.
biggest
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
I'm not concerned about any room outside of the O line room, like D-Mac said. That's the biggest one, honestly. You start off with Khalil Mack, older, but still a good rusher in his heyday, can still go out there and make plays. That Philly, New York, that's a hell of a back-to-back week. Because we know how Philly D-line
Mm-hmm.
room is. And the Giants got another dog when you add Abdul Carter to KT. That's a hell of a – and then Dexter Lawrence you got to deal with. So
Yeah.
if we going to really find out, like Chuck said earlier, how good Jalen Moore is off the jump, or Country said that, sorry. We going to really find out. Him and Kingsley, they got a lot of work in their hands those first week 2 and week 3 of the season. You get a little bit of a layup with Baltimore. Still a good group, but not as many elite pass rushers in their room. And then obviously you got to deal with the Travon Walker when you go to Jacksonville, and then we'll see what Aiden Hutchins' knee is looking like by Jacksonville. So it lightens up as far as like elite pass rushers. But that week 2, week 3, Jalen Moore and Kingsley got to earn their money real quick for sure.
Yeah, they throwing him in the
Trent
fire
unreal.
early.
I would
Absolutely.
also.
Thankfully, that Philly game is at home. That's what I'm thankful about.
I would also like to say, like, the D line is something else. Like, I know some people are not as concerned, but I mean, still stopping the run can be crucial because we got the Chargers. They got Amarion Hampton, which I believe he's going to be one of the biggest factors for them. Starting off the bat, you're going to have Philly with Saquon. You're going to have, even though people don't really give a ton of his credit, Tyrone Tracy is still a guy that was giving them great production last year. Then right after you, of course, you're gonna have Derrick Henry right after, and then you got Trevor Etienne, Travis Etienne. I keep getting these two confused. You get Travis Etienne right after, which I believe he's on a contract year, so you know how players are when they're on a contract year. Gibbs, Genty, I believe. Denver got RJ Harvey, right?
Yes, Denver does have RJ Harvey, and obviously, yes, the trio of running backs in which we will now see in the AFC West: Genty, Amarion Hampton, and RJ Harvey, all day 1 or day 2 picks, obviously.
Hey, we had a top run defense for a reason, boys.
Look,
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of good running backs.
A lot of
That
quality.
Philly game, Saquon, and then Derrick
Tyrone
Henry just signed a contract. He
Yeah.
just re-up for what, $25 million guaranteed.
And I mean, of course, you got David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. Those two are definitely going to be a problem.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah,
So Chuck is right. Chuck is right with them linebackers. They're gonna get tested early and often.
They absolutely are, and I would say that I would extend that specifically to the interior defensive line. As of right now, the Chiefs don't have a set starting running mate necessarily next to Chris Jones. Obviously, with Derek Nottie and Tershai Ward moving on, sorry guys, Mike Pennell is the assumed starter as far as that is concerned, especially on the early downs. Jerry Tillery and Omar Normalato, not necessarily the guys you would put out there, and all you guys reduce down as far as that's concerned. So that run defense, as it stands, as far as the current roster, is going to test these interior defensive alignments specifically. So it's going to be a lot of heavy lifting from that standpoint.
Yeah,
Trey, you got to mute your mic when you're not talking.
Bro, I don't know what it is, bro. Like
I don't know what's going on.
Trey, just mute your mic when you're not talking. DG, how are you feeling about what the schedule ultimately looks like? A, how are you feeling about the bye week, and then B, any rough patches that you see?
Nah, I like the bye week. I mean, week 10 is about the best, I guess, spot you could probably get with how many primetime games you have early on. I'm glad it's a lot later. It's better than it being week 6 and then having to play, 10, 13, or 12 consecutive weeks in a row and 3 games in 11 days. So I'm glad that the NFL is giving us a break on that. I love where the schedule falls. The only, I guess, complaint I'll have about is my wife is not gonna like this schedule at all, because she has to stay up a little bit later to watch most of these games or whatever. That's a big pet peeve for her. She loves the noon games. So But yeah, man, I like where we're at with it. Still trying to figure out which game I want to try to at least try to make it to this year. I haven't been to a game in a while, so I'd like to go to at least one game this year. But yeah, man, I love the schedule. I love that we get some tough competition early on in the season, and then I think it kind of lightens up towards the back end of the schedule. In my opinion, at least against some division rivals and having to play Indy and then Houston, teams that I feel like you can still go out there and beat. So I'm happy with it. I think it's a great test for where they're going to be. Hopefully, at the end of the year, they'll be in Santa Clara trying to win another Super Bowl. So I'm excited, man. I think probably my favorite matchup right now. I'm really looking forward to that Eagles game, dog. Like I can't I can't look past that. I'm excited about Thanksgiving for sure though as well too because I had a lot of family that are Cowboys fans that live in Dallas. I got two uncles that live in Dallas, so I'll be definitely talking trash to them, especially if we win. I can't wait to ruin their Thanksgiving plans. So excited for that, man. But yeah, this is a great schedule. I think it played out really well for them. Hopefully, man, they go out and finish with a decent record this year. So.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell y'all the game.
Hold on, Trey, real quick. I also wanted to ask DG about what concerns him as far as the roster as it currently stands. Kind of what specifically knowing who we're starting out the season with. What is anything that really stands out to you that is going to concern you in some of these matchups.
I think you obviously got some question marks heading into OTAs and training camp of where you're gonna put certain guys. I kind of feel like this has been one of the more complete rosters that the Chiefs have had, especially on both sides of the ball. From what you see for that receiving room, you got three. To me, you got three great options, in Rasheed, Hollywood, and Xavier. Hopefully, all three of them can stay healthy. I think if that happens, this offense will be more than capable of being one of the top premier offenses in the league and being able to move the ball defensively. There's a couple question marks. Who's going to really take over that spot next to Chris Jones as far as Omar Norman and the battle between him and probably Jeffrey Tillery. And then guys like Mike Pennell trying to step in or whatever on rundowns and stuff like that. So but I do love the rotation of the defensive line. Like I said, I think you can't have enough pass rushers in my opinion, especially dealing with injuries and things of that nature. How we dealt with last year. So glad that they got a plethora of guys to go to. Can't wait to see what Charles Omenihu was able to bring for a full season this time around or whatever. Praying and hoping that he can stay healthy. I think if that happens, then this defensive line obviously will be able to be a lot more potent than they were last year and being able to get to the quarterback. So I don't think it's too many question marks in my opinion. Excited to see Christian Fulton in the secondary as well too, and being able to add guys like Noah Williams and seeing how Jalen Watson progresses in what would be now his third year in the league, fourth year in the league.
Year 4.
Yeah, Watson and Williams.
Progressing in those areas. Obviously, I expect Trent McDuffie to be Trent McDuffie at the end of the day,
and hopefully on a new contract.
Yeah, hopefully on a new deal.
Gosh.
But I will say that I'm very very excited, and I think the league is really sleeping, and they don't know who Jayden Hicks is at this point in time, and I think they're gonna really learn his name this year. I think he's gonna make a huge impact for this defense and where they be able to stand. So I don't think it's too many question marks in my opinion. Or there are some things that they'll have to figure out going into training camp of where guys are actually going to be. But I think the roster is virtually complete as far as any other roster in this league. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Trey, if you were going to jump in with something, then I was going to ask a question. I don't know if Trey is still here. He may not be. So the other question that I was going to ask you guys, and we can go back to you.
Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
Trey, what were we gonna jump in with?
Oh, I was just gonna say don't sleep on the wide receiver compartment because I mean we got teams with quality wide receivers. I know that Houston lost a couple, but they grabbed a couple in the draft. So I just say don't sleep on the wide receiver compartment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel you. So along those lines, and DG kind of got into it as far as the secondary is concerned. What are you guys most excited to see this team? And specifically in the context of the teams that we're going to start out by playing in this schedule.
I want to see this run defense these first few weeks because they're gonna get tested.
Yeah, they got a lot of big tests coming up early, especially
I
Philly.
mean, you got Saquon and Derrick Henry and
Philly,
the
you
first
get
4
Derrick
weeks was
Henry,
crazy.
Saquon. In Detroit, you get Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery. Ashton Genty comes to town a week later. We get to see what he is in his debut. Yeah, they got a good. I mean, Buffalo with James Cook, so
And
this run
Josh Allen,
defense,
for that
yeah,
matter.
and Josh Allen,
And Josh Allen, yeah.
They got their
Oh,
work
you
cut
get
out.
back-to-back running quarterbacks and running backs in that Washington Buffalo. That's back-to-back.
Technically
So
three if you count
that's gonna be crazy.
Denver as well. It's going to
Yeah.
be very interesting from that standpoint.
Hell, 4 because Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson is going to run the ball more than.
Or Daniel
I'm more
Jones.
afraid of his
Daniel
legs.
Jones, they both dual threats.
I'm not scared of Daniel.
I'm not scared of Anthony Richardson, but that's
right.
I mean, I said his legs more than
I
his
know.
arm.
We scared of Daniel
He
Jones.
might not even be playing by then.
I'm not scared of either one of them dudes.
I'm not scared of either one of them.
I'm not scared of no Daniel Jones. He look
I'm more concerned about how we gonna play against the Colts because for some reason most of the time we be BSing against the Colts or they have our number, dog, or they slow us down defensively. One or the other.
So I'm just looking at it. We get to take on the whole state of Texas in back-to-back weeks. Dallas and Houston.
Yeah. Texas 2-step.
Texas gonna hate us pretty soon. It's all good though. We love y'all.
But yeah, as far as like even secondary opinions, I'm interested to see how Pop gonna look, man, because Pop got an off season now. He has some time to rest and kind of heal up a little bit. So kind of interested to see how he bounces back this season.
Yeah, I'm excited for the running back room as well too. Adding Bashard Smith, getting some explosive speed in that room, as well as bringing a veteran like Kareem Hunt back to be your kind of your short yardage back. I kind of feel like they got 3 different guys that can do 3 different things for them at this point in time. So I'll being that all of them can stay healthy, and also adding Elijah Mitchell into the mix if he can make the team. I think it bodes well for them to have a more successful season, being able to run the ball a lot more effectively this year. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fair as far as that's concerned. I'll be honest with you guys. Like I'm excited for the secondary. Rushing, pass rush. Hopefully, can generate outside of Chris Jones. But I really want to see these wide receivers out there, man. And obviously, there's a question mark as far as Rashee Rice, which based on everything that we've continued to hear, it sounds like he is going to avoid suspension, and he's obviously working back from a rehab perspective. But I just want to see Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Hollywood Brown healthy, man. And I just want to see them out there playing together because obviously we thought that could be a trio that could be really good. I certainly want to see them be able to put it together this year. CJ, anything as far as things to be excited about for you, especially in the context of who you're going to be playing to start out this year?
No, the biggest thing for me was mainly just the O-line, like we said earlier. I'm not concerned about the receiver room. Pat was productive, semi to his standards, even without Hollywood, who was out in preseason, and Rasheed got knocked out in the Chargers game. So you get 2 of those guys in the field. The offense was drastically different. Field stretchers, guys that can beat you in man, have zone. You have multiple answers, and you got guys that can dictate coverage. So if we can get all 3 of those guys in the field, and then you got a project ace in the hole like Jalen Royals, who will probably pop out at the end of the year, the receiver room is going to be amazing. Obviously, Travis Kelce's more motivated than ever in his last season, projected to do it the right way. The Pacheco call-out was great. I think he has to come back and prove himself. But I love the depth we had behind him. Like DG said, bringing Bashard in was amazing. We needed that speed. We ain't had this kind of speed element in the backfield since Dexter McCluster. It's been a long time since we had a guy that could hit the home run ball like him. So we needed that. Just that having that speed element. And like I said, when we first signed him, when we first drafted him, having that kind of guy in the red zone and poorly in the green zone is going to be so much danger you put in a defense's eyes because when they see him come in motion, you have to respect it. Just like whenever Worthy comes in motion now, teams are going to start recognizing him and dictating him as well. So defensively, the biggest thing is obviously we want to get more juice in the pass rush. I think we did that as well, adding Omar and Ashton as well. So I think the concern of the stop and the run is important. I think we got more athletic in the linebacking core, adding guys like Jeff. He won't play as much early like he will later on, but I think having that juice and athleticism to use him in spots and use him in certain matchups, I think will help us out. So I think we did a good job just adding depth in every room of the defensive line. So obviously seeing who's going to play next to Chris is going to be concerning, but as long as you're adding guys like Omar and Ashton to just give us more pass rush juice, stopping the run is not our problem. That's why I'm not really concerned about that. We were one of the best, if not the best, most consistent run defense in the NFL last year. So I don't think that takes a dip at all. I actually think it gets better because now you have a better secondary behind you. When we got guys like Jayden Hicks who's more athletic, you're adding more bigger corners on the other side of Trent. Trent can now move around in the middle of the field to play nickel and play slot. I think that kind of helps you your front seven now because now you can probably play more man, probably play more single high, play more cover three, which will allow you to keep more bodies in the box, will help the run defense. So I'm not really concerned about the defense at all, honestly. The biggest current concern for me is you losing a guy like Joe Tooney. That's an all-pro, one of the best, if not the best left guard in football the last couple of years. So Kingsley got a lot of big shoes to fill, and Jalen Moore, you have to come in and play solid football next to Kingsley to give him confidence. So how does Kingsley look for the first 3 weeks of the season? So by the time we get to Baltimore, we're really going to find out what type of O-line we have. Because if you get Pat time with these receivers, it's going to be magic. And with that, like I said, with that speed in the backfield with Rashard, using him on specialty plays as well, it's going to be explosive. I think the deep ball is going to be back. I know Pat was really excited to get Xavier Worthy last year. We didn't get to experience the big explosive plays that we wanted to have. And obviously we had a couple of them here and there, but there were so many more opportunities and missed plays that could have been had. So the biggest thing is going to be protection. If you get 15 time, we know what he can do. So definitely the O-line, the left side specifically, is going to be the big thing I'm going to pay attention to in training camp and beginning of the season for sure.
I got a question for the room. So we all know that Buffalo and Baltimore, they the two main contenders in the AFC. Like as far as like you want to go by a tier or whatever. Is there any other team in the AFC that's ready to kind of enter the chat as like a true contender against us, or is it just the same with just Buffalo and Baltimore?
On this
True contender,
schedule,
like true contender meaning they
We're
can
just saying
make
just
the
in general,
playoffs, or
I
true
think.
contender like
Just
they
in
can make
general, it don't have to be the schedule. As far as like any team in the AFC,
me like contender like they can make the AFC championship game or they can beat us.
Either or.
I mean, as far as beating us, no, I think it's only Baltimore and Buffalo team that I think truly can beat us. As far as like making the playoffs, being a contender, I mean, the Texans are always going to be there. I think they may take a step back personally because of the O-line. But outside of them, I mean, Chargers, Broncos have a chance to get better. We'll see, but I don't really. Sophomore slump for Bo Nix. Justin Herbert passing game is kind of suspect. So, and the defense may take a step back. So nothing really changed for me, honestly. But go ahead, D-Man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, honestly, when I look at this landscape, I don't think the Bengals have a defense. There's nobody outside of the Bills in the AFC East that's worth my time, in my personal opinion. There's nobody in the AFC South that's worth my time outside of the Texans, and I feel good about what the matchup looks like versus the Texans. I truly do believe that the AFC West is going to be the best AFC division this year. I think that the Chargers
far, to be
are
honest.
another playoff team. I think that they have added themselves as far as the run game is good. I think the Broncos are going to be good again. Their defense is going to be really good. There's still some explosiveness question marks as far as offense, and is Bo Nix going to take a step back? It's going to be a question mark, of course, but. I truly do believe that the AFC West is going to be the best division in the AFC this year. And so, to answer your question, I think it's going to be the usual suspects. I think it's going to be us. It's going to be Bills. It's going to be the Ravens. And I think that's indicative of the quarterbacks that we're talking about here. And the Texans will be on the fringe, and I don't think the Bengals are going to have a defense. So that's where it comes down to for me.
Yeah, I also agree in that aspect as well because it's just a matter of number one, kind of like what you said in the offseason, you got teams who lost a lot. They lost a lot of key pieces. Cincinnati for sure because of the fact that you're losing back end guys, you're losing DBs and whatnot. You got to take that step back. For me, as I look at it, I agree with just about everybody. I don't see anybody else other than us, Bills and Ravens. I will say that you don't try and sleep on any of these teams because of the fact that once you're in the playoffs, you're in. It's not a matter of do you deserve to get in. It's a matter of you're in, and a lot of these teams are hungry. And a lot of these teams will want to go tooth and nail to knock us off because they wouldn't be one of the teams to say, hey, we knocked off one of the best franchises in this decade or in the generation. So, I mean, if you're talking about right now on paper, I don't see anybody. But I do agree that, I mean, if the Broncos can stay healthy, because I know that they already lost Joey Greenlaw for a little bit, Talafanoa Hufanga, he's a underrated safety in my end, but he can just never stay healthy. I mean, they added some good pieces. I think the Raiders, they added some good pieces, especially in the draft. Getting Ashton Genty, I think Jack Beck is going to show up a little bit more than what people think. Them still being able to have Max Crosby and even if he's not healthy, but still having Christian Wilkins there. I don't know. Hopefully he's able to stay healthy. I've heard that his foot injury is very serious, but I just think just in general, it's just going to be the same three-headed monster. Until somebody shows up and they prove us different, it's going to be the same three. And I'm always going to take my team against any of these teams.
Yeah, and DJ in the chat asked specifically about Miami. I'm sorry, their offensive line is a mess. Their defensive line is very mad.
He said Miami. Miami who?
Miami.
The Hurricanes?
Miami.
He's talking about the Heat.
Clippers?
I'm not talking to
The
teams that
Heat?
can't win double-digit games. Don't talk.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like no joking. I think a lot of us we're very cautious at Tua's level. Like there's it's a very big question mark in my head. It's like
Yes.
Yeah.
Only team I'm scared of is the Chiefs. That's it.
You scared yourself.
That's because they keep giving us heart attacks every single week. So to shift gears a little bit away from obviously just the Chiefs-centric aspect of it, we do have obviously a week one schedule here. I'm going to allow you guys to pick a game here that you're interested to see out the gate, and anything that catches your eye outside of obviously Chiefs and Chargers, which we'll all obviously be watching.
Bengals and Browns.
You got Ravens,
Lions and Packers.
Yeah, definitely got Ravens, Bills.
That
Vikings Bears is going to be interesting.
Ravens and Bills is a good one.
Yeah, that's week one. And then
Texans and Rams is sneaky out the building. That's a good week one.
How many? It's not a bad game week one. Honestly. All these games have intrigued. Outside of that Cardinals Saints, that's probably irrelevant. But
I'd say that Giants that Giants Commanders game is going to be ugly.
It's just division games. It'll be some.
I think that Buccaneers Falcons game is going to be a fade for sure. I think that Buccaneers Falcons game going to be crazy.
I mean, last time they played, they both put up 40 points. So every time they play, it's almost
Giants.
The other game that I will point out, and obviously this is contingent upon Drama Queen deciding to sign, Steelers Jets could be very fascinating. Justin Fields
could be
see the
fun.
Steelers.
That lets you know who's signing. They ain't putting that there.
We will see if Aaron Rodgers is the Steeler quarterback going to New York.
I tell you a sleeper game.
He gonna be the
Hold on, who gonna start? Will Howard?
Mason Rudolph,
man.
They love them some Mason Rudolph, bro.
I don't know.
Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. That's all I know with that name.
I'm
gonna go on a limb and say that Panthers Jaguars might be a good game.
Yeah, I can see it. I think there's a lot of intrigue with that game. Obviously,
both quarterbacks trying to bounce back for sure.
Yeah, both are forming
battle with the big cats.
They feel like they've put the infrastructure around their quarterbacks to kind of get some things done. So I think that certainly will be an interesting game. It could be a sneaky shootout potential, depending on how things go. Certainly, go ahead.
Raiders, Patriots get the old nostalgia.
I'm gonna go Eagles win. I think the Patriots, Raiders. I don't know who's gonna win that game.
I want
Chargers better not lose to the Dolphins week one. If they lose to the Dolphins week one, they definitely getting their ass.
You mean Colts?
I'm sorry, my bad. Colts. That's Colts, and who cares about that game?
I'm gonna say this: Cam Ward, you gonna have yourself your hands full.
Yeah, that's
the
the
game.
game.
That's brutal.
Anytime INT.
Yeah, they're gonna have him running for his life.
That is a brutal start to the NFL career.
Good luck, young man.
You ain't doing that. I don't think you're doing this game.
That boy, no judge.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, did you?
What's up?
I think the Titans win that game.
Oh, wow.
Well, all right then. Okay.
Look, he believes.
We're gonna see.
Hey,
I think the narrative.
We're gonna do the bold predictions. That's the next big show we're gonna do.
Listen,
you gotta wait. You gotta hold on to stuff like that, DJ.
What better way to start the season and shock the world than Cam Ward going on the road and beating Denver in Denver
If he
for his
does that,
Who do you
first
think? Who do
career
you think
win?
Cam Ward is?
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Obviously, his number one pick.
Steve
Let him finish.
McNair. That's what you think he is.
Let him finish.
You think he
That's
the next
God bless.
Warren Moon
How
out
do you
here,
see the
man?
game script going? How do
Hey,
they win the
I
game?
mean, Warren Moon did
listen,
stamp him.
How do they win the game?
nobody expected the Patriots to go in week 1 in Cincinnati and beat them last year. Weird things happen in week 1. There's not a lot of film, not a lot of tape. It
True
could be
that,
one of those
true that.
games. And I'm not saying
Cincinnati
they,
doesn't have a defense. The Broncos have a top 3 defense.
this is
yeah,
I'm trying to figure out how the Titans are going to score points. Explain this to me.
That's what I'm trying to figure out too.
Where are they going to score?
Field
How?
goals, baby.
Who's catching the ball?
where there's a way, there's a will.
You say who gonna catch the ball? Xavier or
won't-
Strecco?
And it
So
won't be
Streppo
Will
going to have a day
Levis.
on the best secondary.
It won't be
He's
Will
just going to have a day
Levis.
out of it. All right.
I'm telling you what, if the Bengals lose to the Browns week 1, because I don't know
If the Broncos
who's going to be the
lose,
Browns
I mean,
quarterback.
book it. Book it. Because, I mean, the Bengals always start out slow
they always
anyway.
start out. Yeah, they always. And the Browns.
But who's going to be the
before
Browns
anyway.
quarterback?
Even if it's Joe
It really
Flacco,
don't matter.
the
Like,
Browns will
bro,
still win that game.
country, if you go look at the record for the Browns since Joe Burrow's got in the league, it's not
Bro,
good.
it's bad.
It don't matter who the quarterback is; they lose to them all the time.
It's horrible.
I'll tell you
Okay,
what,
so-
though, a couple of years ago, that San Francisco-Seattle game would have been nice, but
I still think it could be.
I
I mean,
still
I
think
don't
that's a
know.
decent
I don't know
game.
what
The
Sam
decent games
Darnold
always have
Seattle's going to look
some
like, but it's going to be. I think it's still
Yeah.
going
This
to
is a
be an
division
intriguing
game. They'll
game.
try to do something.
Divisional game. Obviously, we'll see what
Both
we know
teams lost a
Brock
lot of
Purdy.
players, so it'll be much
Right.
different.
Can we,
Bucks and Falcons might be a sneaky good game.
Take the
too.
over. That's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah, I mentioned that game.
Neither one of them play defense. Well, they both have players.
It's
But
going to be a nice little shootout, certainly.
They
the
also
only game
dropped
that's really irrelevant is that Cardinals Saints game. That game's gonna suck. I'm not.
Yeah, that game's disgusting.
I'm not
That
watching
game's
that.
disgusting.
That's on Fox.
That's gonna be the worst game on schedule.
It's like, I'm good on that.
Yeah, that one's getting buried in the quad box for me.
That
It's
Vikings
not
Bears
even
game, you
Can
get
we see
new
the
Caleb
full
Williams,
Sunday night
JJ
and Monday night
McCarthy.
schedules too? I think
Yeah,
they
Yes.
dropped those as well.
Is this the whole schedule?
About to
This
say,
is week 1.
it's now on the screen?
Well, I'm
Wait,
saying
you
they,
would?
they put every
He want
Sunday.
the full Monday night for the whole year. That's what
Yeah.
Yeah, you want
the whole
the
year,
Monday
the
night
whole
for the whole
year.
year.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what he was.
We got 2 Monday night games.
They've been doing doubleheader for the last few years. So
We do have 2 Monday night games, and obviously there are some to start out. So I'll put it up on the screen right here for you guys to take a peek at.
it was that Bills one and the Bears game. Those were the 2 Monday nighters.
Yeah, so the obviously these are all on ESPN and ABC. They start off with the Vikings and Bears, as we just saw. The week 2 will have a doubleheader of Bucks, Texans, and Chargers Raiders. There it is. Week 3 Lions, Ravens. Week 4 doubleheader again: Jets, Dolphins, and Broncos and Bengals, which will be an interesting game. That's a clash of styles to say the least. Then we are on it with the Jaguars in Week 5 in Duval. Week 6, Bills and Falcons, which is a weird combination, and then Bears Commanders, which is going to be very intriguing. Obviously, that was last year's Hail Mary game in which the Commanders won off that tip, and obviously the Bears feel like they have a revamped offense as well. Week 7, get another double hitter with Buccaneers, Lions, and Texans, Seahawks being the ESPN Plus exclusive for good reason. Week 8, we're back on with the Commanders and Jayden Daniels coming to Arrowhead. Week 9, Cardinals, Cowboys, then Packers, Eagles, which would be very interesting, a divisional round rematch. Cowboys, Raiders, Panthers, Panthers, Niners, Giants, Patriots, Eagles, Chargers, Dolphins, Steelers, Niners, Colts, and then Rams and Falcons to end it off. But there will be another doubleheader later on in the season in Week 18 too. So we'll be on the lookout for what that ends up looking like. Oh, wait, this is weekend. Is that new? Have they always done the doubleheader in Week 18 on Monday Night Football?
I think it's new.
Yeah, they changing the schedule.
I think they did that last year too.
Did they do that last year?
I think they did. I think they did have 2 Monday nights last year.
No. But to end the season?
End the season.
Yeah, not week 18.
Yeah, that sounds weird, CJ. I don't know about
this
that
is
one.
new. This is brand new.
I think week 18, that's different. That sounds like a flex situation.
Yes, it is a flex situation.
It's a flex. It's a flex situation, but I don't know if we have. Let me see something.
I'm assuming that if it's playoff contention teams at that point in time, they'll be in those spots.
So here's a question: have they changed the maximum primetime games? Because we already got So we're maxed out of primetime games.
Yeah, we gotta
Yes.
be.
Or 7.
We
So.
gotta
Look, man,
be.
there's no set rules, bro. They're going to continue to do it whenever they want.
Yeah,
So
they
like,
like change the rules every day. Like,
ain't no
Deion
max out.
say must be the money. Yep, if it's want to make money,
Yeah.
they're gonna put it.
Because the Cowboys playing 4 Thursday night games. That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I don't need to see them on my Sunday tickets.
I will pull up the Sunday night football one. Let me see. Go to NBC.
Sunday night. Yep.
NBC. There you go. This is
Waiting all day for a Sunday night.
There you go. We're good. Obviously, they'll start off with the kickoff of Cowboys Eagles, but Bills Ravens out the gate is going to be extremely fun. Falcons Vikings. We will be on week 3 Sunday night football. Chiefs and Giants. Cowboys Packers in week 4. Bills Patriots. Lions and Chiefs on week 6. And then Falcons and Niners. Packers, Steelers, Seahawks, and Commanders. Commanders have a sneaky amount of primetime games this year. Steelers, Chargers, Lions, Eagles, which will be very interesting. That was the matchup that we never got to see last year. Buccaneers and Rams, very interesting as far as Baker Mayfield. Bengals, Ravens, divisional on Thanksgiving night after Chiefs and Cowboys. Broncos and Commanders. Texans and Chiefs for the last Sunday night football game for the Chiefs this year, who have 3 of them. Cowboys, Vikings, Bengals, Dolphins. A Peacock game on Saturday, December 27th, which, if you guys remember, was our. Please.
Hey yo!
Hey yo! What?
What? Hold on.
What you
Wait a
just
minute.
Wait
a
yo,
minute.
take his mic out.
Crazy.
Wait
You're not
a
saying
minute.
yell out.
Go to sleep, bro.
As I was saying, it was the Texans Chiefs exclusive that we had last year. Bears, Niners in week 17, and of course there'll be a week 18 flex as well. And of course, the Super Bowl will be on NBC this year in Santa Clara as well.
Are you okay?
I'm not gonna lie.
Exclusively on the cock.
Hey,
Nah,
All right. You getting out of pocket, cuz. You getting out of pocket, sir.
Time out, bro.
You getting out of pocket, man.
Why are you laughing? That ain't funny.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, bro, I ain't laughed all day. Leave me alone.
Look, see, I'll give you some grace. I'm gonna give you some grace. You still bugging though.
Like
Exclusively on the cock.
Previously on. Yeah, nah.
Okay, I ain't gonna say it no more. I'm sorry, D-Mac. I'm sorry. Went to the well one too many times, bro.
So I believe to clean this up. So I believe that week 18. Wait, where is it? I'm gonna pull it up real quick. So that week 18 doubleheader for ESPN, that will actually be a Saturday doubleheader that they'll have on ESPN before the Sunday slate for the last week of the season. So that's what it is, and that's normal for what they always do. So nothing new as far as that is concerned. But yeah, this is Sunday night football schedule. I am very intrigued for that Lions and Eagles game, and definitely fun that we get to start it off with Bills and Ravens on Sunday night football.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, so go ahead, Charlie.
I was just gonna say it's a very smart decision for them to put a division game on Thanksgiving, because it's like Bengals versus Ravens. That's usually a great game that goes down to the wire. I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff like Lamar evading the sack and throwing what would have been game-winning touchdown against them. So, I mean, smart decision by the NFL by putting them as the night sleep.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Country.
I was going to ask if you could attend. Can we put the Chiefs schedule back up? If you could attend just one game out of this schedule,
you don't need
one home game, one road game.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I had tickets to watch Jayden Daniels versus Patrick Mahomes,
hey Trey, back up, please. Lord,
why
Jesus,
are you
Trey.
back up off the mic? God damn!
I'm putting it down.
Jesus Christ, Skip Bayless, calm down.
I'm putting it down.
I don't know what you was doing with your audio, but that was
just there. All right, but no, honestly, yeah. So I would definitely say Chiefs versus Commanders. I just think that you got two really young prodigy who really showed himself. I would really love to see Jayden Daniels versus Patrick Mahomes. I think that's gonna be fireworks. You said away game, Duval. I mean, I just think that it's gonna be a really fun matchup. Travis Hunter in itself, seeing how he's gonna play both sides of the ball against us. I'm like, I don't know if you ready to play any of these guys. But
It's gonna be some. Aside from the very obvious, I would love to go to Brazil answer. I will say that I mean, I would love to go to the Cowboys game. I'm not gonna spend my Thanksgiving in Dallas though. Even though I do have an uncle there. I would say I do want to go to Buffalo at some point. That is a stadium that I want to attend at some point. And then as far as the home game is concerned, I I had a lot of fun as far as the Ravens Chiefs game to open up last year was concerned. I'd love to do it again. So that'd probably be my two. Ravens at home, and then outside of obviously going to Brazil, Ravens at home, and then going to Buffalo would be the two for me.
For me, man, it's definitely the Washington Commanders for sure. I mean, I'm definitely taking my little sister to that game. We definitely going to that one. Road game, man. How about I might pick Jacksonville, man? I'd see Travis Hunter, man, because I gotta see how Jacksonville is really gonna do this with Travis Hunter. Like, are they really about to play him on both sides of the football for a good amount of snaps of the game? Like, are they really about to do that? So I'm just interested to see how that works out. And Travis is exciting. He's an exciting football player. So
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun to watch him in person. Obviously, when he came to Arrowhead versus Kansas, so that was a good time to be able to watch him in person. But definitely gonna be interesting to see what his usage is like as they adjust to the NFL. CJ and DG.
Uh, Game I'm definitely the most excited to see. One game I'm gonna go to. Although, like I said, I love our home schedule. Like out of this is my fifth year having season tickets. This is probably the best home schedule I've seen in a long time.
it
Like
is.
all the big games that I wanted, we got them all at the crib. Like Detroit, Baltimore, DC, Philly, Houston. Like Country said, Denver. Like all the division games are always good. So there's really not a bad home game. So if I had to pick one, I'd say probably Detroit. Because last time we
Okay.
saw them here on the opener, they got us. So we get to get our good back versus Jared
Yeah.
Goff. We get to play Gibbs. That's a
And
team
we'll
I'm
have
probably.
Travis and Chris this time.
I know, right? We actually have our
God
full
willing.
17 in the roster.
Knock on wood.
So knock on wood. Chill out.
Please.
Road game.
No,
if I had
not
to
you,
pick
Trey.
one-
Don't knock on wood.
Yeah, Trey, you can't do that.
Trey, you knock it off.
Brazil is the obvious one, but yeah. I'll say the Dallas game I'm most excited to go to. I went
of
to that
course.
game in 2016 when Alex Smith had the halftime play with the Tyreek Hill. That felt like it was ages ago. I can't believe that was really almost 10 years ago. So I'm excited. I got family in Dallas.
Was
so it'll be
it?
fun to be down there.
Wow.
That was 2016.
Yep, it was.
It was a long time, man. So I'm excited to go down there and see all my family. Anytime you get to see the Cowboys fans cry, KC Takeover Part 2. We did it in Atlanta last year. Gonna do it again this year in Dallas. I'm so excited to see all the red and see all the Chiefs fans down there. It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited.
Man, half Dallas from Kansas City anyway.
Exactly. It's even more of a reason to go to the game because, like you said, everybody knows somebody in Dallas from KC and vice versa. So it's going to be so much red down there. It's going to be KC.
I got hella family in Dallas.
Yeah, I got some family. I got some family down there too, man. Shout out to my uncle Leo. Shout out to my cousin Leo.
Ain't nobody say shout them out, man. We just
literally like
nobody asked for a shout out.
Hey, listen. They probably watching. They probably watching right now, man.
Shout out everybody, man.
Shout out to Uncle Leo.
Bro, my
If it
phone
ain't
is blowing up.
816, I don't care.
As soon as they dropped the Cowboys game, I had hella family members saying, "You coming?" That's the first thing they said because I don't really go get to see them for holidays that much. So the fact that the teacher going down there, I'm like, bro, I have to go there. It was like a no-brainer, bro.
DG, what about you? Home and road game that you're interested in?
Home game for me would be Detroit. I'm a huge fan of Jahmyr Gibbs, and so I would love to see him live. I probably that might be one of the games that I might try to make it if I can, especially that it's early on in the year too, where it's not too cold. The away game for me, it probably have to be Dallas too, just because like I said, I got a lot of family down there. It'd be nice to go down there and see them. And spoil their Thanksgiving as well too. But I got a lot of family here, so I'll probably still end up being here. Obviously, Brazil would be very nice to go to as well. But I'm trying to think if there's another one. Tennessee wouldn't be a bad trip just to take as a road trip to go down there and see them play.
Yeah, you can have a lot of fun in Tennessee. That's for sure.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And they got this pizza place called Slim and Husky, bro. Oh my God.
I do want to go to Buffalo one day. That
amazing.
I want to go to Buffalo.
That's what I was surprised nobody said Buffalo.
No, D-Mac said it.
Just
D-Mac
to walk in with a big old coat and
D-Mac,
Country didn't.
D-Mac, he don't
Country didn't.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry, D-Mac. I thought D-Mac said Brazil. My bad, bro. I'm sorry.
Did.
I said Brazil.
We all want to go to Brazil. That's the
Yeah,
we all want to go to Brazil.
Dream, bro. That's the dream scenario, but you know.
Country can go. He get in trouble.
Sure.
Country, we'd be there to bail him out of jail.
Country, did you have a game you wanted to go to?
Man, everybody picked Detroit, and that's probably was going to be my pick. That Houston, back to back, Dallas, Houston. I'd do that.
Okay. Yeah. Country said
that would be
Texas
bad.
Tears will be flowing back to back.
Yeah. Let's piss off Texas. You know,
that's December 7th. That's a little late for me.
Sound cold. Gets a
little chilly.
Yeah,
a little chilly.
That sound a little chilly right there, dog.
My cold game days is over,
dog. So I will say this. So obviously we've looked at it from a Chiefs perspective, looked at the schedule, and that was a good question, Country. Obviously other teams around the league also drop videos. There's 2 different Minecraft videos, which is hilarious. We did have reference to Ashton Hall and the little get ready videos that dude be doing, and they actually had him do it for one team as well. I believe we had a basketball inspired one, which is very interesting, and then we had one that made me very jealous. I'm not going to play all of them, but is there anything out of that list that I just said that intrigued you guys so you can blind pick?
Who did the basketball?
Usually good with that.
You want to see the basketball one?
Yeah.
Who did it?
We will show the basketball one. I'm intentionally not telling you guys what team that actually did it.
Chargers are usually really creative.
Yes, they
bad teams are usually creative. So, oh god.
Yeah, Bean, what's up? I'm a little busy here.
What's up, dude? Real quick, schedule release video. You got anything for me?
I mean, just use AI.
AI?
That's what everybody's doing.
Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, that'll be easy. I mean,
is he shooting one
AI?
AI.
Yeah, that'll be easy. Just use AI.
AI.
I want to go on the record and say I hate this commercial already.
AI, thanks for doing this today.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I know it.
We do want you to reveal the Buffalo Bills 2025 schedule.
Buffalo Bills?
I'm
Josh
jealous,
Allen, Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, Josh
I'm
actually
jealous,
sent us to
dog.
shoot with you.
Wow. MVP, Josh Allen.
They got
That's something to brag about.
He said he wanted to use AI.
Use AI or the real AI?
You're the only AI I know, dude.
Okay, so we got the real deal. Let's do it then. Here's the schedule.
So that was the long and the short of it. I'm
a little jealous.
I mean,
I'm
jealous,
bro. Yeah, that's hard.
Getting relevant to y'all team. He don't even like y'all.
Right.
He is not a Bills fan.
Hey, they got him to do it though. So
I mean,
that's crazy.
Hey, Chuck, he's not stupid. I may not like y'all, but I still like money, nigga.
They paid him. They definitely paid him.
Right.
He didn't even read the schedule though. Did he read the schedule?
No, he just held it up.
He read.
He just held it up. Man, that was a quick 100,000.
Yeah, he did it real quick.
He said, you want to hold this piece of paper? AI? He's like, bet.
Yeah, say less. You said something about the Chargers. I'm actually going to show this one real quick because it is a shorter one before we go to the Chargers. But the Jacksonville Jaguars were the ones that ended up doing the morning.
Come on, man.
What happened?
Tell me, bad teams.
Oh my gosh, they would.
Get that boy a job.
I knew somebody was going to do this stupid. I knew.
Did he have jerseys?
I don't understand. I don't
I've
understand.
never seen a more irrelevant person.
I don't understand the banana.
He did all this just to get cut.
Thank you.
He did all this.
Oh, okay. I see how they're doing it now. He's a running back?
He was a running back. Yes.
Yeah, he was a running back.
He's not an NFL player.
Thank you.
He's not.
He did not play in the league. That was a
I know what you're telling me, Roger, but we need more primetime games. Hello? Phone died.
Phone died. Man.
Chargers broke, man. This is on my desk. Thomas, my name.
Oh, he stole that from Chuck.
Camera's on. What? Okay, it's not negotiable.
He really cut this man.
Thank you.
Hey, Ashton, what's the 10 for?
Because we got to do at least 10 million, bro.
Wait. What's the schedule?
So that was
that was corny.
Oh,
that was corny.
man.
That was corny.
They couldn't do better.
We do have an additional game that just got announced. We do have a preseason game Friday, August 22nd. The Bears and Chiefs
coming back to town
at Arrowhead. So that's the preseason game that got announced as well. Let's do the.
How many we only got one preseason?
We got 3. They haven't said what the other ones are, so we'll see. Obviously, when they end up coming around.
Friday night action, bring the fam out.
Yes. I will.
Friday night lights.
I'll go ahead and show the Chargers one as well. Because I obviously they
had the best one last year.
Chargers always have a good
with the anime.
Nothing can ever top their anime one.
That anime one was awesome.
Yeah, that anime one was crazy.
They always have it.
Yes.
Oh, Minecraft.
Minecraft is crazy.
I like it. I ain't gonna front.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's so hard.
This part is cool.
They did it again.
This is a great intro.
They did
with the football music too, man. Come on.
So
creative when you bad.
I'm gonna have to pull this back.
You bad.
We have to see this. For those that don't know Minecraft, this is like an area that you do a ritual thing, and you put those things in there to unlock it. Do y'all see the ref in the
Yeah, dog. They childish.
They are childish before they do it well every
single y'all got the ref, so y'all know y'all gonna
So obviously
they put Bucker on there. That's funny.
Hey yo, got the favors.
Oh man.
With the donkeys.
That's funny.
You now own 53 donkeys.
Hey yo. Go back.
You gotta go back there.
Go back.
Yeah, Chargers always kill him.
Look at it. Look at his right Look at that on the left.
Better talk to J.O. Dog's law firm.
That's funny.
That's
I can't read that, but now I have to try and see if I can actually. Hold on, is it gonna? I'm not gonna.
What does it say? Daniel Dones?
Free medium soda today only.
Yeah, I can't tell what the fine print is. I can't tell what the fine print is. Yeah, I can't tell what the
I can't tell what the fine print is.
They not resting out there. Monsters nearby.
Saquon haunting the Giants.
The Eagles.
If I played Minecraft, this would hit way harder for me.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
These are piglins, what they call it. So obviously the hogs, and that's a reference to them. But this was from a few years ago when Jalen Hurts was there, and the railing of the Commander Stadium
fell down.
So
that's so crazy.
Dan Marino, yeah. I just
should do Snowflake the Dolphin.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely, thank you. Go get him, Mike. Hustle in there.
So he ran after a post-game interview.
Hustle in there. What is it?
Quarterback competition.
Hey yo.
Quarterback competition. Oh my god. I'm running the gas. Oh no. They did an Anthony Richardson shot with the running out of gas because he was
Because
tired.
he came out the
Oh,
Oh
no!
my
Tapped out last
God.
year. He said, "Coach, I'm
Hey,
tired."
Oh, they dirty.
the
They
Chargers
dirty
media
for
team, bro.
The Chargers, they're elite. They
no.
troll.
Okay.
They're the elite trolls.
Yeah.
The Chargers,
They really got their
Chargers
best.
always kill it, man. They're just so
No.
good.
They always kill it.
Always.
That's just not just
The Vikings, the Jets, Kevin
Timberwolves.
O'Connell, Sam Darnold. He's gone now.
Change the Seahawks helmet. Nice.
Sorry.
Will Levis. Contender rebuild.
Contender rebuild for the Steelers. They don't know what to do. They do it every year.
Stuck in the middle.
9-8.
9-8. Check it. 9-8. Hey.
Oh my God.
Herbo
Fishing
in the Oregon shirt.
The Oregon shirt is funny. Back with the regular faders. Yeah, Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
Oh my! Oh, the Roomba. The Roomba.
Not the Roomba.
Yo, this is crazy. You died. You were blown up by a creepy storm.
Save our tush push.
Hey, they got the big security guard with the big dude on the left.
Yes, that was Big Dom.
Big Dom.
I got the Cooper DeJean Reed Blankenship twins, bro.
Back to us.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
They got the Eagles chasing us.
For those that do
get the heck
not
outta
know,
here.
the Ender Dragon, which is in reference to this, is the final boss of Minecraft. So this is
You can't beat your dragon. Y'all can't beat it.
Y'all just got two ass whoopers. One for y'all and one for the Eagles.
Living on somebody else's dub is crazy.
Bruh, loser mentality.
Definitely losing mentality.
Yeah, we got to sweep the Chargers after this.
For those that didn't see, that was DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons arguing on Twitter there, and George Pickens
Like, we're never
joining the
gonna win
Cowboys.
there. And Jordan Lewis was like, I didn't even.
I got a question. You think George Pickens still gonna be on the Cowboys by the time we play him?
Yes.
Yeah, he gonna beat
Yeah,
it.
really.
Texans, of course, lost to the Chargers, and they will have that rematch. Back with the donkeys getting dragged. The 2 L's.
L and L.
Excellent video. Excellent video.
That was crazy.
You gotta give him props.
Always well done, brother.
Y'all gonna get ahead now. Y'all gonna get no with it. Y'all gonna...
Johnson sauce.
Do y'all
Oh,
know
no,
what this is in
no,
reference
keep
to?
going.
I know. I'm going to go to that.
No.
Do y'all know what this is in reference to?
Yep.
So Sauce Gardner tweeted out that he felt sad for Josh Allen after watching Sinners, who of course had Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan in it. So
interesting scenes in the movie.
yes, that was that was their reference to that. There we
And
get the
Are you drooling, baby?
What'd you say?
And
Country?
Ian Evans are so.
I said, are you drooling?
They was fighting at the draft combine.
Yes, the Jordan Schultz Ian Rappaport fight at Starbucks.
They put a lot of time into this video.
Excellent video, man. Well done. As
They
always.
killed it. All right, so now we got that out the way. How would Kingdom Cast do their video? Well, I would use the Sinners thing because Sinners like big right now. So
I ain't never seen Sinners. I can't tell you.
Yeah, I still gotta watch it, but
you still ain't seen Sinners?
I know I'm lacking.
I don't go to movie theaters.
But you can watch an illegal link or something. Dang.
You don't get dates either. That's why.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
That's
Hey, man.
Right. Okay. No, I yeah, maybe Sinners, but I don't think that'd be a good
probably
thing. I don't know.
A barbecue tour.
Barbecue tour would probably be a good one. I never thought
barbecue.
of Minecraft, but that's an excellent way to do it, and they obviously executed it great. And they did a lot better than the Colts did theirs, for the record. But yeah, I don't know how we would do it. It was Chargers kill it every year, man. They kill it
Chargers
every
got
year.
that social media.
I mean, they live in LA. Y'all
Well, they ain't got a team to watch, so they got plenty of time.
That
they
is
were
true as well. They don't go to the games, so that is true.
This was happening.
You're right. They don't go to the game.
They don't go to the games for real. So
I'm not going to actually show this one. I just want to say this. I'm jealous of the Rams having Brendan Song announced their schedule.
Oh man,
no,
that's tough.
That's
That's
D-Max
tough.
crush right there, boy.
I do love Brendan Song. But yeah, it's that was a lot of fun. And those are the only ones that I really seen that were worth kind of highlighting as far as the schedule release. There's some other teams that obviously did theirs, but nothing too crazy to this point. But go ahead, country.
We did the smashing thing last year, and that was terrible.
Yeah, that was
awful.
The cab was at least a little bit interactive and stuff.
The cab was cool.
The cab was a lot better.
Yeah, cab was a lot better than the smashing thing for sure.
Just smashing things is. Hey, Lennox, it's time to go take a shower.
I'm gonna get some pushback to what y'all just said. Topanga was my very first one, so I don't know nothing about what y'all talking about.
I don't know how you're younger than me. You. Never mind. I'm not gonna have this conversation.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what you know about Topanga, dog?
How was Topanga?
You never watched Boy Meets World.
Yes,
what are you talking
about?
about?
No. I'm saying, how was Topanga his crush? You weren't
That's what I'm saying. He's younger than me. I never watched Boy Meets World. I don't know how you watched it.
Trey, when it was on, you was
I was over grandma's house watching Nick too. I was watching.
You weren't even thought of.
You wasn't even
thought of, bro.
Let's start smashing on me.
Wait, hold on.
I was at grandma's house watching
TV. Boy Meets World ran from 1993 to.
I was born in 93
to 2000. You weren't born by Boy Meets World end.
You wasn't.
I had an older brother,
and
I was watching it.
Man, ain't no Boy Meets World reruns running like that, bro.
Yes, it was on Teen Nick.
Nah, bro.
It was.
I watched Boy Meets World, bro.
I ain't never watched Teen Nick. I'm way too.
I didn't watch Boy Meets World, but that's just me personally.
I watched Boy Meets World. I watched that.
If you could have said Free from 106 and Park or something, bro.
That joint was on NBC, fam.
I never watched MTV.
He's too young for MTV anyway.
I'm not too young for MTV. No, I'm not gonna keep playing.
I said Free from 106 and Park.
For the good MTV, yes, you were too young for the good MTV, yes.
You missed a great era.
You were too young watching the
Trey, they don't even make music videos no more, bro.
You missed all that. You missed all that, brother.
You wasn't watching MTV Cribs. You wasn't watching Make the Band. You wasn't watching none of that.
So you gonna tell me I wasn't watching it on Saturdays at like 7, 8 a.m.
I watch MTV on Saturdays in the morning.
The music videos.
Bro, you definitely missed one Saturday morning too. You definitely don't know nothing about that on ABC. Yeah, you missed that era too.
Y'all keep playing with me like I
missed
know
the Arthur era.
We're not playing with you. You're just young.
No,
right.
I know.
I am, bro.
You definitely grew up with SpongeBob, bro.
Hey,
I mean, yeah, of course, but I mean, that's the thing, though. I'll still watch him watching.
I mean, yeah, of course.
You wasn't watching Arthur. We was.
I was definitely watching Arthur.
You was not watching Arthur, bro.
I was watching Arthur. I was watching Arthur.
You weren't watching Doug, though.
You definitely watching.
You definitely missed that.
I was watching Doug.
You definitely missed Doug.
You definitely weren't around for
When were you born?
You weren't around for Ray
I was
Season.
definitely watching that and Pinky the Brain.
Trey, you were 03, 02?
Yes, I was still
you
watching.
Was not watching Arthur, bro.
You lying.
I was watching.
You capping. You capping.
By the time you were 10, it was 2012.
I was watching.
What the hell? You were 10 in 2012.
I was watching.
DG is disgusting.
You were 10.
I was watching.
Okay.
DG like whatever, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to
you definitely came up in the Alex Smith era.
No, I did not.
Boy was introduced to Andy Reid as his first coach.
No, I wasn't.
Right.
All right. I ain't finna play with me like I'm.
You wasn't rocking with Mario was around. You wasn't around for Mario.
His first quarterback was Tyler Palco.
No, it was not.
You wasn't around when Herm was out here
No,
saying,
it was not.
all we do is win.
Not Chase Daniel, but Trent Green.
You did not see Stevie Johnson break Eric Berry's.
I I was
ACL.
watching all that. I was watching McCluster back in.
Why you have to bring that up?
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say that,
Everything.
DG. I was just about to say that.
Okay,
I'm like, why you
okay.
bring that up?
Hold on. I'm gonna show one more of the schedule releases from this team because I think this is actually gonna be funny. And then, and then we're gonna give our record predictions just flat out. We don't have to like go through every game. Just give our rough win prediction. We're gonna go right
very, very, very early.
Very, very early. This is the Falcons. Schedule.
Welcome to ATL.
Oh,
Cast.
ATL cards.
Mario.
Hey, yo.
NFL
I can't see it.
Select your player. Maybe not a him.
Who this is crazy.
That's a good one.
Oh, I can't see it, bro.
Hey, close the app.
Close the app and come back.
I don't want to do all that.
Hey, Bucko Bruce is crazy. Bucko.
Sir Purr.
Sir Purr.
All right, we're gonna let it go.
Maybe not a him.
Select back.
They get everything. Luda.
Yeah, ATL Turnpike is a dangerous place, I'll tell you.
That's a fact.
Big facts.
Driving this in traffic.
Not the bucket of chicken. Not the bucket of chicken, dog. Rich Isaac. Oh, you Bill Belichick.
That's a great one. I didn't see that one coming.
We're not talking about this.
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about this. Excellent. Well done. Well done, Falcons. Well done.
UAV online. Oh my God!
Just wide left again.
Oh, shoot, the Rainbow Road.
Who is this again? The Falcons, you said?
Yeah, it's the Falcons.
What about a GTA schedule release?
I believe that has been done before, but I would be interested in a GTA schedule release.
Yeah, GTA schedule release something.
Make fun of Say to being in fourth place.
So,
So, yeah,
that
was a little fun one as well. So I'll put the schedule back on the screen, but I'll go around the room just asking you guys. Chuck, where you roughly as far as wins for the Chiefs this year are concerned?
Oh man, for me, man. Right now, on the way early prediction, I'm gonna go with a safe 13 wins.
Okay. DG?
Yeah, I'm probably it's 12-5, 13-4. I would say the worst is 12-5.
All right. CJ?
13-4. Yeah, that's always solid.
Country?
I usually, what do I do? 6-2? At home, 62 on the road. But I'm going 13-4.
All right, Trey.
I'm gonna say 13-4 or 14-3. This might be one of those games where we do
Fair
something.
enough. I'm landing right around that area. I'll probably go 14-3, but that's rough and early predictions as far as that is concerned. So that's all we really got for you guys tonight. Anything before we go ahead and get on out of here as far as as far as Raiders. Why would I say the Raiders? The Chiefs. Yeah, I was thinking about. I'm counting the wins. The Chiefs 2025 schedule release is concerned.
Looks like a lot of fun, man. It's gonna be a fun year. Did we announce the Cincinnati versus Nebraska thing, or do anybody care about that?
Oh yeah, they are playing at Arrowhead this year.
Cincinnati not that good this year. I don't really care about that
I'm
game.
about to say like if there's something.
I mean, I'll probably go watch it because I get to see Dylan to see if he's improved.
I mean, if I had a
they're not
college
good
football
team.
podcast, I probably would be interested in that. Just throwing that out there.
Man, nobody worry about cuz on Mahomes.
I'm gonna tell
Country
you
put him on the spot. I like that.
I'm gonna
Country
tell
put him
you
on the
this.
spot.
I'm gonna say this like I said this before. The only reason I'll go in there just to see how Williams is doing that in Nebraska. That's it. I really could care less. I don't believe in Dylan Raiola. I never really did. Cincinnati. Cincinnati. That's all they have.
Cincinnati's not a good football team. That's a
They're trash.
terrible game to have.
Y'all should have just did a rematch. Y'all should have put K-State at KU. At least y'all get tickets. Y'all
don't nobody want to watch Nebraska Cincinnati.
The only reason why Cincinnati on there because they got Travis Kelce and Jason Kelsey.
I mean, they'll be at the game, but
Yeah, they're gonna turn it.
They
already
already
canceled the Kelsey Jam this
Who's
year.
the quarterback in Cincinnati? They're gonna be like, who?
I don't even say who.
Where's my camera?
But honestly, I think that it's gonna be a really fun game. A really fun season. Oh my god. It's gonna be a really fun season. A lot of good teams coming to town. Definitely, if you're not a season ticket member, start taking a look at tickets because
the earlier you get them, the better.
Yeah, the earlier the better, man.
You better get it while you can afford them. That's the real thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you, the most expensive homestand we've had in a while. Like our home games are all crazy.
It's gonna be crazy, brother. It's gonna be ridiculous. So if y'all ready, I'm pretty sure, especially because we got a lot of 325 games. I'm pretty sure CBS is gonna buy a lot of them. If you don't like Tony Romo and Jim Nance, either go to the game or just mute your TV because guess what, you're gonna be seeing them quite frequently. Or just
I wonder how many Tom Brady games we're gonna get.
We're getting them week 2. They've already announced that.
We're having week for the Eagles and the Super Bowl rematch.
The Super Bowl rematch?
Yeah,
that will be Tom Brady.
Yep, it will.
Okay.
But just all in all, look, guys, it's going to be another fun season. Whether y'all like the all-season editions or not, go out to Arrowhead. I'm going to tell you this right now. The last time I went was Jacksonville back in 2022 or 23. I don't remember. There's the divisional game.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Kick it with your friends. I mean, I would probably say go sooner in the earlier season because it gets cold quick. So, yeah, have fun.
I got a question. How many one-score games you see on the schedule?
A lot.
A whole lot.
At least 5. So go ahead, get your Tylenol too.
5 is low.
I said at least 5.
He said at least, country.
At least 5. We about to be
I
stressing.
see 10 already.
Hey man, yeah, get your drink on too, cause yeah, we definitely need that.
That's fair enough.
Can we beat somebody by a blocked field goal this year? Can we do that again this year?
Well, no. What's we got to find a new way to do it because obviously we've gotten the fumbled snap by the Raiders, and then we also have blocked field goal. It's tough to. We need a punter or kick return to beat a team. I think that's what the other one that we have to.
We
do.
ain't had one in a while.
I was just about to say something like that, man. I said I think we have to beat a team on a block punt.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be
a block punt.
I'm gonna say this: somebody's center
in the game, something that'd be fine.
Somebody's center is gonna mess up and overshoot the punter or overshoot the kicker. I think that's gonna happen. He's gonna be like, oh, and then go right over the head.
What about a blocked field goal for the 2-point conversion? Don't you get how many points you get off of that?
How about
Eric Berry did that though.
So
why don't we do this? Why don't we? Yeah, I was about to say, why don't we get a pick 2 happening? Get a pick 6 and a pick 2 like Eric.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to NFL Network for putting up that Eric Berry 11 minutes of highlights video. I've watched that video more than you know.
Yeah,
They need to do Jamal next.
Yeah, we needed Jamal Charles one for sure.
Oh,
Jamal Murray.
Look,
Yeah.
y'all,
I'm looking at
playoffs.
I'm looking at Underdog right now trying to put in this slip. So there you go. Hey, there's your plug. Underdog Kingdom Cast. Use that for $100 deposit match before you go ahead and get out of here at Base and Bills.
For sure.
Are you guys gonna have a show tomorrow? Yes, no?
Yes, we are. We are having a show tomorrow.
Live.
We got a guest too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, with
old
the
friend,
guest.
old friend returns.
Oh, great! First one with a guest.
Look forward to see that.
We don't need you, Trey.
Sounds good.
Damn.
Kick me off. I got you.
I'm joking.
We
I don't know.
don't need you, Trey.
We don't have to Trey. We're just hazing Trey.
That sounded kind of harsh when I said it. I'm sorry, Trey. I'm sorry. If Boogie don't show up, if Boogie don't make it, then you can definitely be there.
So Kingdom Cast will be back tomorrow night with a show and a guest, an old friend that'll be back. Obviously, Tell the Truth will be coming back on Tuesday with a little bit of schedule stuff, a little bit looking around the league as well. And of course, the Redshirt podcast with DG and Trey will be back on Wednesday night. Anything else, you guys, before we go and get out of here?
2 words for you every Monday too. Hey.
Yes, 2 words for you every single Monday. Wrestling.
I'm trying to take over the whole week, D-Mac. I want the whole week.
I understand. I'll be working on some stay scheming projects. Looking at some film review from this past season, some key guys as we go into the 2025 season. So be on the lookout for that as well. Without further ado, appreciate you guys for joining us. Awesome schedule reveal. We see what the games are now as we get through the rest of this offseason, man. Before you guys know, it'll be around the corner, and we'll be here talking about St. Joe and training camp, in which we'll have those clips getting out to you guys. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys